You're watching the Western Athletic Conference. It's here on ESPN. Beautiful skies in the big country of Abilene, Texas for what will be a fantastic weekend of baseball. The Utah Valley Wolverines at 4-2 in Western Athletic Conference play visit the Abilene Christian Wildcats, are 6-3 in the WAC. Welcome to Crutcher Scott Field, Abilene Christian University. Andy Penny alongside Roman Raffelli for, again, two teams on the top side of the Western Athletic Conference brackets. They are in the standings. They were picked there in the preseason polls, and so far so good for both of these teams. Again, Utah Valley at 4-2, ACU at 6-3. Roman, it's two good teams playing some quality baseball here in the midseason.
Yeah, like you said, Andy, both these teams coming off of series wins over the weekend. For ACU, it was a big series win against Sac State. They dropped the first game, but then won the second and third behind good pitching by some younger pitchers. They're going to look for a big start today on the mound for Glaze and really kick this series off with a good start behind him, get a quality start out there, limit Utah Valley's high-scoring offense. They love the long ball. He's got to limit that today, and Abilene Christian's going to be successful this weekend.
It is Austin Glaze on the mound, the right-hander, the 6'1" grad student for the Wildcats. And for Utah Valley, winners of 5 in a row. They played outside of conference last weekend, a 3-game sweep of Bushnell, sandwiched between two great non-conference wins at Arizona State last week, at BYU on Monday, a game they won 15-11. So winners of 5 in a row as they step back into conference play. ACU, this their 4th conference series, where it's Utah Valley, just their 3rd conference series as well. But for Utah Valley, Chase Hennessy will get the start. He leads the WAC in starts. It's his 11th start of the year, but he's a guy who won't be on the mound very long. At least that's what the statistics will show you.
Right, he's got 11 starts, but only just over 9 innings pitched. He's just kind of a setup guy that they like to throw in the first inning, kind of get teams off balance a little bit, and then able to move to a longer pitcher and allow for a bit of a mix-up early that teams may be expecting via the stats, but kind of hard to handle, especially with younger teams.
So Hennessy again, who will get the start for Utah Valley on the year, the right-hander, 6'6", 215-pound senior out of Westminster, California, against Austin Glaze on the mound for ACU. Again, for the Wildcats, it's been a good start to conference play, except for game 1 of the series. 6-3 in conference. All 3 series that ACU has played, they've dropped the opener before winning games 2 and 3. And that was something Coach McCarty talked about, is trying to get a series off to a good start here tonight.
Yeah, Coach McCarty's got his team playing the way they want, playing that small ball in the offense and playing clean defense, playing catch, making their needed plays, and limiting errors. They're got a .975 fielding percentage as a team, which is great. But like you've mentioned, they've started series a little bit rough, dropping almost all of their first games. So they're going to look for a big one here to win today.
So ACU at 6-3. Again, they come in 3rd in the conference. Utah Valley in the middle, currently at 5th. There's a look at the starting lineup for the Wolverines. Daniel Dixon, the second baseman, will lead off. Jaden Smith, Burke Camper, left fielder and catcher, bat 2 and 3. Callan Halverson, the first baseman, will bat 4th. Nate Bach, Garrett Broussard in 5 and 6. Luke Iverson, Cole Jordan, and Matthew Swartz get the start here for the Wolverines. And there's a look at Rick McCarty's defense. Reese Borho will get the start out in center field. Miller Ladisaw, Benjamin Green on the corners in the outfield. And, of course, it's Gino Delacio at third base, Zant Payne at shortstop, Garrett Williams at second, and DJ Van Atten at first base. Maddox Meesey the start with Austin Glaze in the lineup. And an absolute perfect day here in Abilene, Texas. We close out the month of March here this weekend. An absolute perfect day as we get things started. The Wildcats about to take the field. We've got a 6:05 scheduled first start here from Crutcher Scott.
Yeah, you mentioned, Andy, Daniel Dickinson leading off for the Wolverines. He's hitting .330 on the year, 33 runs scored, which leads the WAC and is nationally ranked. He's their lifeblood. He gets them going early. He steals a lot of bases. He's 15 for 15 stolen bases in attempts. So they're going to look for him to get on and then wreak some havoc on the base paths and then knock him in with that middle part of the lineup.
There's a look at Austin Glaze, again the starter tonight for ACU. 2-2 the overall record. 6.08 is the ERA. It's his 8th start of the year. He's gone 26 2/3. Strikeout to walk ratio 23-10. He's a strikeout type of pitcher. It's a matter of, can he get on top, can he keep his pitch count low, and can his offense generate some runs for him and help him play with the lead, something that has not been in his favor here thus far through Western Athletic Conference play.
Yeah, it's part of the first game struggles that we've talked about. It seems like ACU, they get a couple days off later in the weeks and then kind of come out a little bit sluggish, some may say, and that he hasn't had that run support, which has led to the poor record for him. But he's looking to get a big one today, a huge game one for both these teams, carrying some momentum into this series, and ACU looking to win another one at home.
Glaze, you look at his starts through conference play. Last week on the road at Sacramento State, he started the Friday night game, the game that the Wildcats lost 11-2, the final score in that Friday night game. 4 2/3 innings of work, 5 runs, all earned on 7 hits, 4 strikeouts, just 1 walk. But again, run production, Wildcats only manufactured 2 runs in that game. The game before against UT Arlington, much of the same, 4 1/3 innings of work, 5 runs on 7 hits. It was a game that ACU led early. Glaze left with the lead, but UT Arlington came back and won. And then his shortest outing of the year was at Tarleton, just an inning and 2/3, 4 runs on 4 hits. So the senior right-hander, the grad student right-hander, Austin Glaze. He's been around the program a long time. Rick McCarty trusts him to get a series started, and that's what we are about to do. Get a beautiful day here in Abilene, 77 degrees. The wind blows, we'll say 15, 20 miles an hour, and it looks like it might be a hitter's ballpark out to left field here tonight, something that will certainly play in the favor of Daniel Dixon and the Wolverines as we get things underway here from Crutcher Scott. Glaze is into the wind, and the first offering of the series is fouled out of play.
Yeah, you mentioned Eddie, a hitter's ballpark tonight, and this is a team at Utah Valley that loves the long ball. They hit super aggressively. They hit early in counts, and they're going to be a hard matchup tonight for Austin Glaze.
It's a team batting average of .287 for the Wolverines. That's second in the WAC, but they lead so many categories in the WAC. 7.5 runs a game, that conference leader. 251 hits, 50 long balls, 50 home runs leads the WAC, and a slugging percentage, a conference leading .525. Here's the 0-2. That's upstairs to Dickinson. 1 ball and 2 strikes. On-base percentage of .395, and they even lead the WAC in stolen bases. Here's one on the inside, catches Dickinson on the inside shoulder. And leadoff man here for the Wolverines in the top of the first.
Yeah, and if you're Austin Glaze, that's not a runner you want on base. Hitting in the leadoff, he's perfect stealing bases so far this season. Maddox Meese behind the plate, he's got to be looking out of the corner of his eye, seeing the kind of lead he's getting, picking off, calling pickoffs, and then putting a good throw down to second base if he does take off.
Here's Jaden Smith, the left fielder, bats from the right side. Glaze will make a throw over. Smith, the junior from Gilbert, Arizona. Again, starts in the left field. Smith, second in the WAC in batting average. Team leading .400 here for the Wolverines. 9 doubles, a triple. 24 overall hits on the year. Almost picked off Dickinson over at first. As you mentioned, Roman, he leads the conference as well in stolen bases, 15 for 15 on the year. Wolverines 35 of 39 as a team. And a third throw over.
Yeah, Glaze making sure to keep him not only close to the base, but let him know, hey, I've got to move, and I'm going to come at you if you take too many steps off that base.
Glaze set again. First offering here to the plate. It's a fastball high and tight to Smith. Can Utah Valley coming off a midweek non-conference win Monday night versus BYU, 15-11 the final. A game the Wolverines put up 9 in the 7th to take the lead at 15-11 and hold on and win. They led early. BYU had a big inning early to take a 10-6 lead. 7th, and Utah Valley the 9-run 7th to get the win at 15-11. Another throw over to first. Glaze to the plate. Swung on and missed. Off-speed pitch. Good looking pitch there. 1 ball and 1 strike.
Yeah, it's great to come in with the off-speed and a 1-1 count, able to prevent the runner from going on what he may think would be a fastball there.
Another throw over. Almost leaning the wrong way is Dickinson.
Yeah, he's made it back safe in all these picks, but they've been extra close.
Get a look at the flags out in left center field. You can see they're blowing out to that left field pole. Certainly a hitter's ballpark. That left field side. This one skips in. Nice back pick there by Meese. This is the first time that the Wolverines and Wildcats have played in Western Athletic Conference play. Of course, this is the 3rd year that ACU has been in the WAC. Utah Valley longer than that, but the first time they've met each other in conference play. So here's an off-speed pitch, swung on and missed. Strike 3, and Smith down on strikes.
Yeah, that's a great approach from Austin Glaze. Kind of pitched him backwards, a lot of fastballs early in the count, and then ended with those curves late in the count, able to strike him out and hold Dickinson on first base. Now set up the double play with 1 out to get out of this in one pitch.
Bring up Burt Camper, the catcher. Camper, the senior out of Allison Park, Pennsylvania. 322 on the year. That's 4th best on the Wolverine team. 28 hits and 87 at-bats. 8 home runs, 19 RBIs. Certainly a power bat at the plate.
Yeah,
fastball at 92 on the gun for a strike.
He's been a powerhouse for them, especially in that 3-hole. Dickinson getting on base a lot and then able to usually be in scoring position by the time they're in that 3-hole hitter. And they've been just working really, really well together, both on the hitting and base running side.
Now here's the 0-1. Check swing. Did he go? No, he did not. 1 ball, 1 strike. You can see the Wildcat defense is shifted over. That's Garrett Williams right behind the second base bag, the second baseman. Payne, the shortstop, plays deep in the hole. Delasio at third also plays deep, anticipating a pull swing. Here's the 1-1, runner on the move. This one popped up, fouled out of play. 1 ball and 2 strikes.
Yeah, and another benefit of that shift is Garrett Wilson is right behind second base. So when we saw there Dickinson taking off for second base, he's 2 steps in the bag there and able to be there on time in the situation that was just there but fouled off on the pitch.
1 ball and 2 strikes. Glaze a chance for back-to-back strikeouts here in the first. Here comes set, a look over at first. The 1-2. 2 balls and 2 strikes.
That's another excellent block by Meese. 2 balls in the dirt, 2 balls prevented from getting behind the dish and not allowing Dickinson to get a free base.
Glaze the kick, the 2-2. Curveball fouled back, and we'll do 2-2 again. Yeah, again, as mentioned, these two teams have not played each other in Western Athletic Conference play, although this is the 3rd year the Wildcats have been in the WAC. 2 years ago, the conference was split into divisions, a West Division and a Southwest Division, so the schedules did not overlap. Last year, an unbalanced schedule where not everybody played everybody. And one of the matchups that did not occur was ACU and Utah Valley. They have not played in the WAC tournament as well, although they've both been there each of the last 2 years, but just have not crossed paths on the diamond. Runner on the move again, 2-2. This one lifted fairly deep into left field. Ladisall will give it a look, but this one will leave the yard in left center field. Burt Camper is 9th home run of the year. RBIs number 20 and 21, and the offense got on the plane and made its way to Abilene. It's an early 2-0 Wolverine lead.
Yeah, like we mentioned, Glaze needed to be careful, especially giving up that long ball to a Utah Valley team that loves to hit the long ball, and just kind of flirting with that top side of the zone. Left the fastball a little bit too low, right in that sweet spot for Camper to just unload on it, take it to the left, like we mentioned, Hitters Ballpark tonight with the wind, and absolutely crushed over that left field wall.
In his 9th home run of the year, that ties Nate Bach, who also has 9 for the Wolverines. First pitch here, Callan Halverson, the first baseman, is a strike. Halverson, the senior out of Guthrie, Oklahoma. Well, that ball was a no-doubter off the bat.
Yeah, it was
there for Camper.
Able to just really unload on that fastball, pretty much down the middle there, and get the Wolverines out to a 2-0 lead.
One ball and 2 strikes here to Halverson. Plays into the wide. This one hit back up the middle, a dive underneath the glove of Payne. It's into center field. It's a 1-out single for Halverson.
Yeah, and as we're seeing the Wolverines get out to this pretty good first inning, it's their second highest scoring inning so far this season. They've scored 32 runs after the 2 this inning in the first inning. They've also only given up 21. So Glaze is going to need to get them under control here and get his team to the bats, not allowing the Wolverines to get too much of a lead where they're comfortable early in the game.
Here's Nate Bach, the center fielder, again team leader to start the game with 9 home runs. Now shares that with Camper after the 2-run shot here in the first. 250 the average, 21 hits in 84 at-bats, 3 doubles, the 9 home runs, 25 RBIs. Slugging percentage up over 600, 607. Good pitch here. He plays ahead in the count. No balls and 2 strikes.
Glaze hasn't had a very efficient start to this game, but he's going to look to need to be efficient as this game continues. He needs to keep that pitch count low.
Here's the 0-2. Fastball, 92 on the gun, fouled out of play.
And that inefficiency hasn't even been, at least today, hasn't been because he's throwing too many balls or too many bad pitches. It's just that Utah Valley's been aggressive and fouling pitches off, even if they're not out of the zone, but the ones in the zone that they just don't like, they're putting them outside the park.
It's off-speed pitch, swung on and missed. Bach will go down on strikes. 2 strikeouts in the inning for Austin Glaze and a big second out here in the top of the first.
Yeah, like you said, that's a big, big second out there. As we see him come in with that off-speed pitch. Great pitch there. Able to put him down quickly, and they get 2 outs here. Get out of the inning and go get to the bats.
First at bat for Garrett Broussard, the third baseman. 319 the average for Broussard. See an off-speed pitch, hit foul, third base side. 22nd start of the year for Broussard. Again at 319 the average. 7 doubles, 4 home runs for the senior. This is a right-handed heavy lineup, as Rick McCarty was talking about, the ACU head coach. Said majority of the bats you'll see for the Wolverines are from that right side. Head coach Eddie Smith, he's in his 3rd year. Former hitting coach at LSU, he likes certainly the offensive side of things. It's a team that scores a lot of runs and hits it deep as well. Runner on the move, 1-1. This lifted opposite way. Greer is underneath it. He's got room. He'll make the catch in right. And the side is retired. But a Burt Camper 2-run home run puts the Wolverines on the board. 2 runs on 2 hits. An early 2-0 lead. Wildcats coming to bat, bottom of the first. Bottom of the first, Utah Valley an early 2-0 lead. Here come the Wildcat Bats. They'll face the right-hander, Chase Hennessy, 6'6" senior out of Westminster, California. He makes his 11th start of the year, 11 starts in just 26 games for the Wolverines, but a unique stat line for Hennessy that we'll talk about as the Wildcat Bats come to bat. First pitch here to Zant Payne, the shortstop, is in for a strike. Again, his 11th start, but one of the more unique stat lines you'll see for a starting pitcher.
Yeah, he's been their kind of setup guy, but from a starting standpoint, not a bullpen standpoint.
Hennessy's longest start of the year, or longest outing of the year, is just 1 inning. So he comes in, he works the first, and goes to the showers afterwards. The numbers aren't terrible for Hennessy at all. He is 0-2 on the year, 8.62 the ERA, but again, just 9 1/3 innings of work. 8 strikeouts, 4 walks. He's 1 ball and 1 strike here to Payne. This one swung on and missed.
Yeah, the Wildcats going to look to get on him early, especially if they can disrupt that plan from Utah Valley. Obviously, the plan is probably not to keep him for more than 1, but if they can have a great first inning here and kind of shake him up a little bit, have that pressure go on to the second pitcher, they can definitely have a successful day here.
Payne, the shortstop, behind in the count, 1-2. There's a fastball outside, 92 on the gun for the fastball. Payne, 302 the average on the year. 26 hits and 86 at bats. He's got 5 doubles. He's got a home run to his name. 10 RBIs as well. Been great in that leadoff spot for the Wildcats. Hennessy works out of the stretch even with the bases empty. It's off-speed pitch, swung on and missed. Foul tipped into the glove. And Payne is down on strikes. I was talking to Rick McCarty, excuse me there, Roman. Was talking to Rick McCarty, head coach for the Wildcats prior to the game. I said, what's the situation here? I have not seen this. And he said, I haven't either. It's a unique type setup, maybe just to force the opponent, the opposite team, the opponents, to have to scout a little bit deeper into who could be on the mound for an extended period of time. But Hennessy's done his job here in the first so far. He'll face Miller Lattisaw on the left side. Starts with an off-speed pitch and misses.
Yeah, and you mentioned that uniqueness to it, but ultimately if it comes down to it, unique or not, if it works, it works. And that's kind of something that both these teams want to benefit off of, whether it's Utah Valley in getting a good start but 1 inning, or the Wildcats, kind of shaking up that start like I was just talking about.
Saw the starting lineup there for the Wildcats. Lattisaw, the grad student, preseason all-WAC team. The left fielder out of Heath, Texas. They're east of the Metroplex. 1 ball and 1 strike. 360 the average for Miller. The guy has been around this program a long time. He'll lift this one fairly deep, left center field, giving chase is Bach, the center fielder, on the warning track. He'll watch it fly over the left center field wall. Miller Lattisaw, solo home run. It's his 5th of the year. It's RBI number 19. The Wildcats have their first home run of the night, and they cut the lead in half here, 2-1.
Yeah, and that's great from their grad student who leads this team, able to shake up that weird pitching matchup we've been talking about. Get his team on the board, back into this game, 2-1 now, and just kind of leading his guys, saying, hey, we got this. We can look past the weirdness of whoever this pitching matchup is going to give us, and we can get on the board and we can do something offensively.
So again, home run number 5 for Miller on the year. There's Gino Delasio, the team leader in batting average at 372. He'll step in. Also a grad student, first year in a Wildcat uniform. 372 the average, one of 3 Wildcats who started all 26 games now. Team leader in RBIs, leads the WAC, and he drives this one deep into left field. Smith at the warning track. We'll watch that one fly. It's back-to-back solo home runs for the Wildcats. Delasio has his team leading 7th of the year, his WAC leading 30th RBI of the year. And just like that, we're back to even, 2-2, bottom of the first.
Yeah, we mentioned tonight's going to be a hitter's ballpark. We got that wind sailing out to left field. And it's shown so far, 3 home runs to left. And we've got a 2-2 ball game here in the bottom of the first.
You know, I was curious, at least for Utah Valley, if the altitude would matter as far as the long ball. The answer so far is no, and for the Wildcats, I guess it's the West Texas wind. You trade the altitude for the West Texas wind, and either way, the ball will carry pretty far. So an exciting first inning here for both teams. 3 long balls. Just 1 out in the bottom of the first. Now here's Garrett Williams, the second baseman. Hennessy a curveball, misses high and outside. 2 balls and no strikes.
Yeah, and we're hearing quite a bit of noise from that Wildcat dugout. Pretty quiet getting down 2-0 in the first, but then these back-to-back home runs have them riled up, playing their part even from the bench in this one.
Williams, the transfer, his second year here for the Wildcats from Midland College. He'll lift this one. That will get over the shortstop, Swartz, and into shallow left field. Garrett Williams has his first hit of the evening.
Yeah, that's a great piece of hitting there, just pulling the hands in, getting the barrel to the ball, and sailing it into the gap for a nice single.
Had just enough topspin, enough power and enough topspin to get up over the head of Swartz and out into left field. There's DJ Van Atten, the first baseman. DJ at 283, that's the average. 3 home runs, 14 RBIs. Of course, made a name for himself early in the season, the walk-off home run versus Northern Illinois. Here's a look at the Wolverine defense. Smith, Bach, and Jordan in the outfield. Broussard, Swartz, Dickinson, Halverson around the infield. Bert Camper, the battery mate. Here for Chase Hennessy. 1 ball and 1 strike. Again, just a really unique, I keep going back to this here, Roman, but for Chase Hennessy, his last 7 outings have just been 1 inning. 6 of those 7 he has not given up a run. He's only given up 3 hits in that stretch. But yet 1 inning is it. Runner on the move is Williams. No throw from Camper. It's the first stolen base of the night for the Wildcats.
Yeah, and for Rick McCarty, this is an ACU team that, while it hasn't shown early in this first inning, they play small ball. They want to get singles, steal bases, take advantage of defensive lapses, and then just play really great team fundamental baseball. So obviously the 2 home runs to start the inning, not exactly by the books in Rick McCarty's style, but you'll take what you can get, and 2 runs on the board early is nothing to be upset about.
And a visit here to the mound. As you see Eddie Smith making his way to the mound for a mound visit. Hennessy only has 1 start that has not gone the full first inning. That was back March the 1st versus Portland. Just a third of an inning. He gave up 8 runs on 6 hits before being pulled after a third of an inning. There has not been a starter named for Sunday yet, Roman, for the Wolverines, and there's a lot of conversation that Hennessy will get the first pitch again on Sunday. He did have 2 starts versus Stephen F. Austin a few weeks ago. He started the Friday game as well as the Sunday game. But again, when pitch count is low and you're only going to go an inning, that's something you can do.
Well, obviously, the further he goes into this first inning, the less likely that gets. But if you're the Wildcats, you're happy with that. If they name him tomorrow as the Sunday starter, they're great. They're seeing him really well right here, and they're on him. So maybe if he starts Sunday, he's going to be a little bit shaky, a little bit nervous, not wanting to repeat what's going down here.
2-1 the count here to Van Atten. Off speed pitch, swung on and missed. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Tennessee set, a look at Williams. Runner on the move again, swung on and missed. Throw down to third is late. Van Atten is down on strikes. It is the 2nd strikeout of the inning. But the 2nd stolen base for Williams has him 90 feet away with 2 outs.
Yeah, he got a great jump, read it out of the hand, and then wasn't even really close at third base. Obviously, the tougher base to steal there with the shorter throw, but able to get there and now be just 90 feet from taking the lead here in the bottom of the first with 2 outs.
And here's Maddox Meese, the catcher. 227 the average for Maddox. Emerson still out of the stretch. First pitch is a good one for a strike. Maddox, the sophomore, San Antonio area, went to East Central High School down in San Antonio. Atkins, Texas, is where he's from. So good behind the plate for this ACU defense. Now a chance at the plate offensively. The Wildcats lead.
And you mentioned only a sophomore, but he got a ton of experience as a freshman, including a walk-off single at Globe Life Field against Oklahoma last year. Really big moment for him. I had the pleasure of sitting down with him, talking to him a little bit. It was a big moment for him, big moment for this team. And he got a ton of experience as a freshman, coming into his sophomore season, looking to build on that and have a great year.
There's the 1-1 from Hennessy. Good looking pitch. 1 ball and 2 strikes. 2-2 our score. Bottom of the first. We've already seen 3 home runs here tonight. Burt Camper 2-run home run for the Wolverines. Back-to-back solo home runs. Miller Ladisaw, Gino Delasio here in the bottom of the first. Here's the 1-2. It's low. 2 balls and 2 strikes.
Yeah, that's great eye, great patience, great plate discipline from Misi, playing behind the dish, already able to, kind of know where the ump is calling it and just seeing the pitch as well here, battling into a 2-2 count.
Infield plays deep all the way around for a hard ground ball. 2-2. It's a full count now to Misi. Bobby Surface, tonight's designated hitter, waits on deck. Full count to Williams. Payoff pitch. Check swing, did he go? No, he did not. They'll appeal down to first. And the call will stand. It's a 2-out walk. Maddox Misi, runners on the corners with 2 outs.
Yeah, and 3-2 count, 2 outs, runner on third. All you're looking to do is extend the inning, whether that's by a hit and getting the RBI, or with 2 strikes, just getting on base and allowing not only the pitcher to throw more, not that he was going to come back for the second inning, but allowing a fresh count to be started with the next batter up and some more pressure on base here, first and third.
And it's Bobby Surface, the designated hitter tonight, making just his 2nd start of the year. The senior out of the Austin area, Westlake High School. And another mound visit. And this might be the pitching change.
Yeah, like I mentioned early in this bottom of the first inning, ACU looking to disrupt their kind of rhythm here and, get to him early, and they are going to pull him here. Able to just disrupt this rhythm, whether it's just a single out or a couple batters here in the bottom of the first. They're able to get the leverage so far here.
The night is done for Hennessy. We'll tell you about the new Wolverine pitcher. 2 outs, bottom of the first with runners on the corners. Here, WAC Baseball in Abilene. Wolverine called to the bullpen here with 2 outs in the bottom of the first. Runners on the corner. It's Braden Bravera who gets the ball here for Utah Valley here in the first.
Yeah, Bravera, the senior, coming in with a 4.5 ERA in 30 innings pitched, giving up 30 hits, 15 runs, walked 8, but striking out 27 so far this season, only 5 home runs, and an opponent batting average of 270. He's been pretty good for them, and they're going to need a big outing here for him.
We anticipated an early call to the bullpen, but this comes with 2 outs in that bottom of the first inning. Bravera is a lengthy reliever. He's gone 6+ innings 3 times this year, so it's kind of the setup, I think. Hennessy gets the start. Bravera comes in for lengthy relief in the middle innings. And here's Surface, a ball up the middle, hits the second base bag and skips over Dickinson, the second baseman. It's a how do you do, thank you very much, RBI single, Bobby Surface, and the Wildcats have their first lead tonight.
Yeah, and that run won't be charged to Boisvert, but it's going to feel like he gave that up. He obviously gives up the single, and not only gives up the single, one right at him, so kind of shoots the adrenaline up even more than it was. A bit of a scary moment there.
And Roman, that was a little Crutcher Scott Field. Thank you very much. That ball hit up the middle. Dickinson at second base had it played well. Made a backhanded slide, and as soon as he slid, the ball hit the second base bag and skipped right up over his glove and into center field. And to keep the inning going, runners at first and second. Benjamin Greer. Bravera's pitch off the end of the bat, goes the opposite way. Broussard has it cleanly. He'll throw over, and keeping his foot on the bag is Halverson. 5-3 on the putout, and the side is retired. But the Wildcats will play with the lead. 3 runs in the inning. 3 runs on 4 hits. After 1, it's ACU 3-2. Well, we knew it'd be an offensive weekend, and 1 inning through, the 2 teams have made sure that storyline plays out. 3-2 Wildcats on top as we get ready for the top of the second. Austin Glaze, 27 pitches in that first inning. He did give up the 2-run home run to Burt Camper, but had 2 strikeouts, worked through a single as well. He stranded a runner and now plays with the lead here as we start the top of the second. See 7, 8, and 9 in the lineup. Luke Iverson to lead things off. He's the designated hitter here tonight. 3 runs, 4 hits for ACU. 2 runs, 2 hits for Utah Valley. Here is fastball at 90 on the outside corner for a strike.
Yeah, and as Glaze comes back out, he's got a lead. He left down 2-0 and comes back up 3-2. And the Wildcats are 7-3 after leading when they're leading after the first inning. So those are comforting stats for Glaze, and he just needs to be able to get back in here, be efficient, play his game, and continue to give a quality start for the Wildcats.
Iverson, the average at 290. It's his 20th start of the year. 1-2. That's up 2 balls and 2 strikes. 20 hits and 69 at bats, 2 doubles, a triple, 3 home runs, 18 RBIs. This Wolverine team again 287 as a team. Ball hit down to first base. Van Atten has it on a hop. He'll touch the bag himself. 3 unassisted for the putout. 1 up, 1 down here in the second.
Yeah, and Van Atten with a great play there. Without an error so far this season, obviously playing a lot of the DH, but also those innings at first base. He's been perfect. Great defensive glove for Rick McCarty on the corner.
And it played well just right off the line. Played it on 3 hops. And 1 up, 1 down. Here's Cole Jordan, the right fielder, his first appearance tonight. Jordan makes his 22nd start of the year. 243 the average. He's got 5 long balls, 16 RBIs.
And up and down this Utah Valley lineup, a lot of power, a lot of just great hitters as they have a very aggressive offensive approach, and we're seeing that play out here today.
As you've seen, a heavy right-handed lineup. I believe just 1 lefty in the lineup, which was Luke Iverson, who we just saw. Of course, numbers will tell you that's an advantage of the pitcher, righty-righty matchup. Blaze fastball outside. 3 balls and 1 strike.
Yeah, and that's a right matchup that favors Austin Glaze. Loves to go to that off-speed, to those off-speed pitches and work away from the batter.
This pitch down low, and there's ball 4. It's a 1-out walk for Jordan. First walk of the night. Saw a hit by a pitch in the first inning as Dickinson was hit. That's the first walk of the inning.
Yeah, and that's not a great walk to give up. The 8-hole hitter, only hitting 243 on the season. That's a guy you want to go at, especially with 1 out, and try to get him to hit a weak ground ball or make an out of, but now you've got runner on for the 9-hole.
First pitch to Matthew Swartz. And it's a strike. The shortstop, Swartz, he's in the 9-hole. Senior out of Green Acres, Washington. Transfer from Lower Columbia. Curveball swung on and missed. It's quickly no balls and 2 strikes.
Yeah, this is a great bounce back from Glaze, giving up the walk, able to get back into this count 0-2, and wants to put him down here with this 3rd pitch.
He's set. Jordan over at first. He'll get a toss. Jordan not near as much of a threat to run. He's stolen just 1 base on the year. This is a Wolverine team that has swiped 35 bases in 39 attempts. They like to get the wheels turning. I don't think it will be Jordan over at first. There's the 0-2, curveball low and out. We'll see the shadows, as you can see on the right side, start to creep out as the sun sets to the west. Those shadows will push across, starting on the first base side, make their way out into left field. That sun will be trouble for the left side of the infield and out in left for a while. Foul back. We'll do 1 ball, 2 strikes again.
And like we mentioned in the bottom of the first, ACU able to play that kind of home field advantage, hitting that ball up the middle. They're going to also have that benefit of being able to practice with the sun in this position versus the Wolverines just going to have to play it as they have baseball before and hope that the sun and the shadows don't make too big of an impact.
Fastball low, 2 balls and 2 strikes. We can close the line on Chase Hennessy, the starter for Utah Valley, 2/3 of an inning. 3 runs, all earned on 3 hits. 2 of those were home runs. 2 strikeouts, 1 walk, 25 pitches. There's an off-speed pitch, swung on, foul tip into the glove for strike 3. It's the 3rd K for Austin Glaze and the 2nd out here in the top of the 2nd. Get us back to the top of the lineup here, Daniel Dickinson.
Yeah, and if you're Austin Glaze, you want to be careful here. You have 2 outs, but you've also got one of the best hitters in the WAC at the plate. Don't want to give up a double or a triple here. Risk tying this game here just after getting the lead.
Dickinson hit by a pitch in the first. He scored in front of Camper on the 2-run home run.
Great stop behind the dish there from Meese. Able to keep it in front of him, not allow that runner to get into scoring position.
Of course, Dickinson, the preseason WAC Player of the Year. Been true to form, 330 that average. Leads the WAC in runs scored at 33. Leads the WAC in total bases. That number's gone up with 4 more tonight at 72. Again, leads the WAC in stolen bases. Ideal leadoff spot for any team, especially the Wolverines. There's a 2-0. This one lifted into the gap. Borho in center giving chase, as is Ladisaw. Ladisaw from left will make the catch in the gap. It's a fly out to 7, and the side is retired. A quiet second inning for Austin Glaze. Wildcats will come to bat bottom of the second. They've still got the 3-2 lead. Three-two Wildcats as we go to the bottom of the second inning. 3 runs, 4 hits for ACU, all there in the bottom of the first. Utah Valley, 2 runs on 2 hits. Braden Brever in. Again, he came in relief with 2 outs in the bottom of the first. He got the final out, and he'll be on the mound to start this bottom of the second inning.
Yeah, 9-1-2 due up for the Wildcats. Borho, Payne, and Ladisaw. Reese Borho, the freshman, looking to get a good start here.
As he will lead things off. He gets to start in center field tonight, as you see. Borho, the local product, Wiley High School here in Abilene. He gets to start in center field.
Yeah, and hitting just 179 on the year. He's got 7 RBIs, though. He's made an impact when he's been able to in limited innings. He's still played well.
Makes his 14th start of the year. As you mentioned, 179 the average. It's 7 hits on the year. He does lead the WAC in triples with 2. 7 RBIs on the year. Take a strike here and quickly behind in the count, 0-2. The Utah Valley defense anticipating a pull. Boy, look how far they have come over here. 2 on the inside. Boy, Broussard at third base is in the shortstop position.
And I think part of that's due to the 2-strike count, not able to really risk pushing a bunt down the third base line.
There's a 1-2, that's upstairs. 2 balls and 2 strikes.
But for Reese Borho, he's just looking to get the bat on the ball, survive in this count, foul off pitches that are close, not quite a strike, but not something he wants to risk calling on him.
2-2 from Brever. That one's fouled down the line. Of course, this week a Thursday, Friday, Saturday schedule. Typically, the teams play Friday, Saturday, Sunday. It's pushed up with the holiday weekend, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. We'll be with you all weekend here on ESPN+. There's a 2-2. Just misses. Off speed at 84. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Borjo's worked the count back to full at 3-2.
Yeah, great discipline and a great approach here from the freshman.
Brever set. Payoff. Fouled off. We'll do 3-2 again.
Both these teams, they've been, relentless in not going down easy. Fouling a lot of pitches off, being disciplined at the plate, and just making these pitchers work.
Broadbear set, and the 3-2. This one pulled, just foul down the line.
Borro looking for his third triple with that one. Shooting that down the right field line.
Well, he's a guy with speed, and that's where you get the triple. Get it down that right field, down into the corner. Look at the rest of the conference. UT Arlington is at California Baptist this weekend. Big series in Phoenix this weekend. Sacramento State visits WAC leader Grand Canyon. Our third 3-2. Swung on and missed. Borho down on strikes. First out here at the bottom of the second. Utah Tech is hosting UT RGV this weekend. And Stephen F. Austin playing host to Tarleton. Boy, it's been a rough stretch for SFA. Started the year at 3-1. And I believe they've lost, after losing to Texas Tech earlier this week, I think they've lost 22 in a row now. Here's the first pitch, top of the lineup. Zant Payne is down on the shoe tops. Payne, a strikeout victim, his first time.
Yeah, Payne hitting in that one hole, coming in with one out, but looking to play the leadoff role here for the Wildcats.
There's Chopper, left side, off the glove of Braver, and does not have time to make a play. We'll see what the official scoring is there. Tough play for Braver, going to his left, coming off the mound. And again, fighting the sun that's in play. Let's see what the official call is there. Played it casually. They'll give him an error. It's an E1.
Yeah, and he looked to have a great read, hopping off the bag, getting there. Obviously, the right-handed pitcher's falling off towards the left, so he had his momentum going that way, but just off the glove there, and Payne reaches.
So one out base runner for the Wildcats. Here's Miller, Ladisaw. Ladisaw left the yard, a solo home run in the first. Fifth of the year.
Yeah, and Ladisaw, the grad student, a guy who leads this team, and the team leans on him to play that leadership role, not only in his very impressive performances, but also just in that leadership aspect. Able to rally the guys, play that motivational and just inspiring grad student role.
Miller's been around a long time. He was on the 2021 team that won the Southland Conference regular season championship. Seems like forever ago. Ladisaw shows bunt. He'll pull it back. He'll take a strike on the inside. Roman, you can see this infield again. So pulled over. Dickinson, the second baseman, is 30 feet in the outfield. Broussard, the third baseman, plays at second. A diving catch in center field. Great catch, Nate Bach. It'll chase Payne back to the bag. Payne was on the move, hit and run, had to sprint back to first and barely gets in. What a catch, Nate Bach in center field.
Yeah, I took one away from Ladisaw there and almost got Payne doubled off at first base. Wasn't expecting him to come down with that catch and looking to score on the diver that would probably get passed into the wall. Fortunately enough, Bach able to make that diving grab, and now 2 outs on the Wildcats side of things.
And Payne just barely gets back on the hit and run. Middle infield sold it well, but Payne had to find the ball. It took him a second to realize it was up in the air. First pitch, Gino Delacio outside. Gino also a home run. A left center field wall. Braver set. Check the runner. 1-0. This one hit the opposite way, but foul. 1 ball and 1 strike.
Yeah, you mentioned the home run just last inning. You'd think that, he's seeing the ball well. He's, got the pitcher read. But again, that weird starting position or starting pitcher situation that Utah Valley presents doesn't allow these pitchers to be comfortable with the starting pitcher now. So they got to kind of learn a new guy. Say, yeah, I was successful early in the game, but now I got to learn this new pitcher, figure out where he's throwing it, see it out of the hand.
Runner on the move again. Throw down to second is late. Payne has a stolen base. Wildcats aggressive on the base pass tonight. Already stolen base number 3.
Yeah, Rick McCarty trying to set the tone here in this game, or in this series. Utah Valley very aggressive on the base pass and at the plate. ACU wants us to say, okay, you're coming to our house. We're going to respond. We're going to do that same way and beat you at your own game.
Runner in scoring position now. Here for Delacio. 2 balls and 1 strike. They'll lift this one into right field. Jordan has room, few steps in, and we'll get underneath it and make the catch. So the Wildcats go quietly here in the bottom of the second. No runs, no hits, one error, one left. We've played 2 in Abilene, Texas. ACU, the 3-2 lead. Top of the third in Abilene. Utah Valley will send up 2, 3, and 4. Smith, Camper, and Halverson here against the starter Austin Glaze in his third inning of work. First pitch is a fastball to Smith. And in for a strike. Smith today 0 for 1. He struck out in the first. And the team leader in batting average, though, at 400. He's a hot bat. A check on an off-speed pitch. 1 ball in, 1 strike.
And unlike the Wildcats, this Wolverine lineup has seen Austin Glaze their first time through, looking to be more successful or continue to have success.
So show bunt. He'll bunt it right side. It will roll down the line. Glaze will let it roll into foul territory. Good thing Smith would have beat that out had it stayed fair. Now 1 ball and 2 strikes.
Yeah, very experienced and patient approach there from Glaze, not panicking and touching the ball, trying to make the quick play, but allowing that ball to spin out of bounds off that foul line. And now he's got a favorable 1-2 count.
You can see the shadows again starting to creep. They're all the way out to that first base line. Still play with the natural light, though, here in West Texas. We'll be in the sunlight for another solid hour, I would anticipate. Here's the 1-2. Bounces in, 2 balls and 2 strikes. I have to correct myself from earlier. I said Grand Canyon was the leader in the WAC. They're actually in the second spot. California Baptist at 5-1. Grand Canyon is at 7-2. So GCU has played 3 series. CBU just 2 series, but percentage points wise, California Baptist in first. There's an off-speed pitch swung on and missed. Smith down on strikes for the second time tonight. It's strikeout number 4 for Austin Glaze. Good looking pitch.
Yeah, it's a great pitch and great at bat. Glaze able to come into this third inning and set the tone, not retiring either of the first batters in the first or second inning, but in this third when he gets the first guy on strikes and sets the tone for the rest of his start.
There's Burt Camper, the loud swing in the first inning, a 2-run home run. Gave the Wolverines their 2 runs this evening. Shot over the left center field wall, 380 in the power alleys, and it left without a doubt. Camper's 9th home run of the year.
Yeah, he's been great for this Wolverines team. Plays very typical to the way they play as a team in that power, aggressive style.
It's a 1-1. Just misses. 2 balls in, 1 strike. Again, the Wolverines lead the WAC in home runs. Camper's home run was number 51 as a team. Two balls and one strike. It's a 2-1. That's up. 3 balls and 1 strike.
Yeah, Austin Gley's going to need to make a good pitch here. Obviously got the first out via strikeout, but now behind 3-1 here. Needs a great 3-2 pitch here to get back into this count.
There's one hit. Third base side. Delacio has it cleanly. Long throw across the diamond in time. 5-3 on the putout. 2 up, 2 down.
Yeah, Delacio, a great fielder, playing multiple positions, but especially on that hot corner there. 983 fielding percentage so far this season. Able to gather himself, make a good quality throw over to Van Atten, a big target at first base, and get the second out of this third inning.
Playing the hot corner well over to third. 2 up, 2 down. Here's Callan Halverson. Halverson a single in the first. Stranded. He's the last Wolverine hit. Blaze has gone almost the entire way through the lineup since Halverson's single back in that first inning.
Yeah, a bit of a shaky start, but obviously a great recovery here.
Time called here. Rick McCarty is coming out of the first base dugout. Not sure if Glaze motioned for him, but this is certainly a medical conversation. A trainer coming out as well to check on Austin Glaze. He's been cruising. Again, he's been all the way through the lineup since Halverson in the first without giving up a hit. Just 1 walk in that time. He's retired 7 of the last 8. Something caught the attention of either Glaze or McCarty in the dugout to give Austin a look, but he's waved everybody off. He'll stay in the ballgame.
Good sign for the Wildcats, obviously.
Yeah, I didn't see anything there.
I didn't either. I didn't notice it, but, you know, baseball players meticulous for noticing the little things, being very particular about the little things. Good to see big 1-4s all right.
So an 0-1 count to Halverson as we're back to action. Curveball looks good after the timeout. It's 0-2. 4 strikeouts for the grad student. Austin Glaze looks for number 5. This one, chopper shortstop. Played on a big hop. Payne's got it. Skips it over to Van Atten, who picks it out. It's a 1-2-3, top of the third. Wildcats hanging on to that 3-2 lead. Beautiful night in Abilene, Texas. Bottom of the third, Wildcats, the 3-2 lead. All the damage done in the first inning. Utah Valley with 2 in the first. Wildcats responded with 3 in the bottom of the inning. Garrett Williams to lead it off. It's Williams, Van Atten, and Meese. Second time through the lineup. Braden Bravere still on the mound, came in relief. 2 outs in the bottom of the first. And he'll see a part of the lineup that has yet to see Bravere on the mound.
Yeah, ACU went down easy in the second. They're going to look to get back in the third.
Here's the first pitch. Garrett Williams is low for a ball. Williams a single in the first, stole 2 bags, and then scored on the Bobby Surface RBI single. That was the 3rd run of that bottom of the first inning. He'll put one into play here. Long dive. Swartz is shortstop. Throws deep in the hole. Not in time. It pulls Halverson off the bag. Nice play, Swartz. Moving to his right, the backhanded pick. But the throw just up the line, it pulls Halverson off the bag.
Yeah, hard ground ball into that 5-6 hole. Able to be run out by Garrett Wilson. Pretty speedy guy, typical second baseman, smaller build, but able to run that one out.
Conversation as Eddie Smith wants to have a conversation. So we play with a 3-man umpiring crew tonight. I want to have a conversation down there with our first base umpire, John Perez. Williams 2 for 2. It has been given a hit, and deservedly so. That was a long throw for Swartz.
Yeah, great play from both sides there. Shortstop able to limit that to just a single, make that diving backhanded snag in the 5-6 hole, but Wilson able to beat it out.
There's one up high. First pitch to DJ Van Atten. Van Atten struck out in the first. Swings through this one. 1 ball and 1 strike.
Yeah, great pitch there. Getting back in the count, evening it at 1-1, not digging into it too deep of a hole, getting behind here.
1-1, another big cut. Comes up empty. Williams with the 2 singles, his 10th multi-hit game of the year. 9 of those have been just 2 hits. Had a 4-hit game earlier in the year. 2 for 2 start tonight. Here's a 1-2. This one put into play the opposite way. Picked by Dickinson, could be 2. Swartz over to first, dropped at first. Van Atten will be safe at first base. Williams eliminated off the base pass. Should have been 2, but dropped by Halverson over at first.
Yeah, lucky break for the Wildcats there. Obviously now just trading good speed for okay speed and Van Atten from Wilson, but able to get further into this inning there, not having the double play turned and leaving a runner on with 1 out.
It'll go as a fielder's choice. No error was granted. Van Atten over at first. Here's Maddox Meese, walked his first time. Game 2 tomorrow evening, 6 o'clock Central first pitch, just like tonight. This one lifted down the right field line, tailing, long run, right on the line, making the catch is Jordan. Great catch, right on the line. I think that would have landed in fair territory, but Jordan able to get over there and make the catch for the 2nd out of the inning.
Yeah, definitely robbing a hit there from Meese.
Get a look here, long run. And maybe been in foul territory, which makes it that much more impressive, that much further to run. Jordan makes the play.
Yeah, and had that ball dropped in fair territory, that might have just saved a run. Van Atten, not the fastest kind of bases, but a ball in the right corner there. Long way from home plate.
First pitch, Bobby Surface, a fastball for a strike. Surface an RBI single in the first. Hit one right back up the middle that Dickinson, the second baseman, dove for behind the second base bag. It hit the second base bag and skipped right up over the top of Dickinson into center field. He's fisted on this one, hits it down the third baseline. Long throw across the diamond, but Broussard able to make it. 5-3 on the putout, and the side is retired. Leadoff single does no damage. We've played 3 in Abilene. ACU hanging on to the 3-2 lead. And we make our way into the middle innings. ACU still the 3-2 lead here on Utah Valley. 3 runs, 5 hits, no errors for ACU. 2 runs, 2 hits, 1 error for Utah Valley. Austin Glaze into his 4th inning of work. He'll see 5, 6, and 7. Nate Bach leads it off. Garrett Broussard, Luke Iverson, second time through. Roman, Austin Glaze starting to get into a rhythm here after a shaky first inning. He's been really solid the last 2.
Yeah, both sides really. Glaze especially, obviously the starting pitcher for the Wildcats, had a rough first inning but then settled in. But the Wolverines, obviously different starting pitcher than who's pitching now, but they've also settled in. Makes you wonder, had they started their pitcher now and not gone with the funky closer to start, would this game be a little bit different than it is right now?
Glaze at 59 pitches through 3 innings. Here's a line shot right up the middle off of Williams' glove. Long throw over to first is late. It's an E4 on the play. It was a line shot. Garrett Williams had it played perfectly right up the middle. Did not have to move at all, except the ball just hit the heel of the glove. He didn't make the catch. Scouting report was right. The execution was not. It's an E4 to start the 4th.
Yeah, certainly an unfortunate bounce for the Wildcats and Austin Glaze, but just going to have to get back in the strike zone and get a ground ball here.
The leadoff man is on, 3rd time in 4 innings. Garrett Broussard 0 for 1. He flew out to right. He'll lift one this time right side. This one will get out of play. Van Atten will give chase, but it's into the stands. We go back to the bottom of the 3rd, Roman. They have charged an error on Halverson on the fielder's choice play. Van Atten hit into what could have been a 4-6-3 double play. Halverson dropped it at first. They have given an error there to Halverson as well, so 2 errors for the Wolverines tonight. The first error for the Wildcats there by Garrett Williams. So the ball skips in. Nice job by Macy to keep it out in front. 1 ball and 1 strike.
Yeah, these pitchers have dealt with some adversity, getting some runners on. Nothing scored since that first inning. And, you know, we had a game that looked like it was going to be a slugfest, pretty slow moving through the first inning. But these pitchers have settled in and given us a pretty classic pitcher's duel through the middle portion of this game.
1-1. Good looking pitch, 1 ball and 2 strikes. Burt Camper, the 2-run home run in the first for the Wolverines. Miller Ladisaw, Gino Delasio, back-to-back solo home runs for the Wildcats. We saw 3 balls leave the yard in the first. All 5 of our runs came in the first. Here's the 1-2 to Broussard. Skips in. Macy, good backstop again. 2 balls and 2 strikes.
Yeah, Macy's been working really hard behind the plate. One of the kind of unsung heroes of baseball. Catchers just, you know, get a lot of work in, along with Colin Sines being super technical. He's done a great job so far tonight.
Look over at first, and this one gets away from him. And it hits Broussard on the inside shoulder. And now runners at first and second with nobody out. Boy, just a pitch that got away from Austin. Release point looked like it was early, and it just tailed to the inside. 2 on, nobody out. Here's Luke Iverson.
Yeah, and after having a good 2nd and 3rd innings, Glazing a little bit of a jam here. 2 on, no outs. Going to look for a ground ball. Ideally to 3rd base, able to step on it if you're Delasio and throw it across, but otherwise a double play would be huge, no matter the fashion.
Some small balls in play here. Nope, swinging away is Iverson. Pulled one down the first baseline. Van Atten made the play 3 unassisted. Iverson 0 for 1. It came to lead off the 2nd. Here's the 0-1. Fastball, no balls and 2 strikes. Glaze comes set. The 0-2. Curveball for strike 3. Iverson knew it. It's strikeout number 5. It's the first backwards K for Austin Glaze, and great first out here at the top of the 4th.
Yeah, that's an excellent backdoor curveball from Glaze. Pitch that starts outside, looking like it's not going to break into that zone, and then last second just cuts right in on that outer edge, able to get that backwards K for a big first out here in the top of the fourth with 2 on.
Bring up Cole Jordan. He walked his first time up. His first offering. Another off-speed pitch that misses. Boy, that sun is really tough on the left side of the field right now. Left side of the infield, Ladisaw out in left field, really having to battle. You'd love to see, if you're a Wildcat fan, a chance for a double play. ACU's turned 10 of them this year. Swing and a miss. 1 ball, 1 strike. Utah Valley leads the WAC in double plays, defensively double plays. They've turned 26 this year. That's good enough for 8th in the country in NCAA.
Yeah, baseball, big fundamental sport. If you're able to play good defense, play catch, make easy outs, you're going to be incredibly successful.
There's the 1-1. Ground ball could be 2. Payne, Williams, over to first. Van Atten, 6, 4, 3. Early damage in the inning is eliminated off the base pass. And Austin Glaze, 4 strong innings, starting pitching tonight. 3-2 Wildcats will go to the bottom of the 4th. So the Wildcats get their 11th double play of the year, 6-4-3 to eliminate the Wolverines top of the 4th. They'll come to bat here in the bottom of the 4th. Still a 3-2 lead. ACU on top. 3 runs, 5 hits, 1 error for ACU. 2s all across the board for the Wolverines. 2 runs, 2 hits, and 2 errors. First pitch, bottom of the 4th, Benjamin Greer. It's outside. Greer tonight 0 for 1. Grounded out to Broussard over at third, 5-3. All of our offense has come in the first inning tonight. That's courtesy of Austin Glaze and also Braden Braver, who's been great in relief. We'll get it here. Underhand toss from Halverson. Bang, bang play at first, but in time. 3-1 on the putout. 1 up, 1 down.
Yeah, Greer looking to get that kind of infield hit there, utilizing his speed, unfortunately. A good defensive play from the first baseman and the pitcher, and he's retired.
We'll give Braver a lot of credit. Braden Braver, who came in with 2 outs in the first in relief for Chase Hennessy. He's now gone 2 2/3 innings of work. No runs, 2 hits. Just 36 pitches. He's retired 8. He's recorded 8 outs on just 36 pitches. First pitch, Reese Borho in for a strike. Reese tonight 0 for 1. He struck out to lead off the second. Local product, Wiley High School here in Abilene. Center field is a position that Rick McCarty has given many guys to win that position. Borho, Holden Rook, they've both had opportunity to play out there. Rance Radke started some games in center, but Borjo's had the majority of the starts. He makes his 14th in game number 26. Behind in the count here, 1 ball, 2 strikes. He'll lift this one down the right field line. Could be trouble in the corner. It's down, it's fair. Reese will round first. He'll make his way to second. He'll stop there. It's a 1-out double for the freshman Reese Borjo. He's in scoring position.
Yeah, that's a big hit. Obviously, 1 out. You want an extra base hit to kind of play that leadoff role. He's able to deliver. Might have been looking for his 3rd triple of the year, but that ball hit too hard, bounces off the wall. Easy play for the right fielder to get it in quickly and limit him to 2 bases.
Good job by Jordan to play the corner well and get it back in. Borjo, just his first double of the year. He leads the WAC in triples. He doesn't put on the brakes at second base very often, but he has 2 there. He's in scoring position for the top of the lineup, Zan Payne. Payne officially 0 for 2. He reached on an error the second time. Stole a base, but was stranded.
Yeah, and the beauty of that double there from Borjo is that's the 9 hole. So now you've got your strongest part of the lineup and a very experienced one with Payne as a junior and then Ladisaw as a grad student looking to score Borjo with the top of the order here.
Fastball outside. 93 on the gun for Braver, but missed. 2 balls and no strikes. Well, the wind has absolutely died here in Abilene. We had a hard wind pushing 15, 20 miles an hour out to the left field pole. It has absolutely died here at the bottom of the 4th. It's hard to see the flagpoles in left center field, but the flags are not moving at all.
And with that wind dying, as has the offense in this game, very high scoring first inning. Looked like we're going to have a slugfest on our hands, but nothing so far.
2-1 foul off. 2 balls and 2 strikes. In a 6:05 Central tomorrow for game 2. A noon first pitch on Saturday for the series finale. Wildcats have taken all 3 WAC series 2 games to 1. There's a swing and a miss. Payne down on strikes for the 2nd time tonight. And the 2nd strikeout for Braver, 2nd out of the 4th.
Yeah, that's a big 2nd strikeout for Braver. Obviously, you got the runner in scoring position. You need an out to not be able to, move him up, especially with the strikeout there. That's a great bounce back batter. But now a very dangerous Miller Ladisaw looking to score the freshman from second base.
Ladisaw the solo home run in the 1st. Off-speed pitch high and outside. Swung on and missed. 1 ball and 1 strike. The home run by Miller is 5th of the year, RBI number 19. It's been on the shoe tops, 2-1. Yeah, we mentioned these teams have never played in WAC play before. Both have been to the WAC championship game in the WAC tournament. ACU in their first year in 2022 made it to the WAC championship game before losing to New Mexico State. Last year, Utah Valley made it to the championship game before losing to Sam Houston. Wolverines made it to the championship game as the undefeated team. Sam Houston had to beat Utah Valley twice on Saturday. Wolverines scored 7 runs in the 1st, had a 7-0 lead. Sam came back to beat them, forced the winner-take-all game. That one misses, 3-1. And the Wolverines had just run out of pitching by the last game of that WAC tournament. Just narrowly missed a regional bid out of the WAC last year. 3-1 to Ladisaw. There's a 3-1. This one lifted. It's playable out in left field. Smith coming in. He's underneath it. He'll fight the sun. He'll make the catch. And the side is retired. Borjo a 1-out double, but he is stranded on the base pass. We stay where we've been for the last 3 innings. ACU, they've got the 3-2 lead. Top of the fifth, a 3-2 ACU lead. Austin Glaze gets ready for his fifth inning of work on the mound. He's been effective. 2 runs, 2 hits. All of that came in the first inning for the Wolverine Bats. Swartz will pop up the very first pitch in foul territory. It lands for a strike. It's 0-1. It's Swartz, Dickinson, and Smith. 9-1 and 2. Here against Austin Glaze again. Roman, who's after that first inning been really effective here for the Wildcats.
He had some early traffic in the fourth, but was able to get a backward strikeout, and then with runners on first and second, get a ground ball, get a double play, and get out of it unscathed.
His 75th pitch of the night skips in for a ball. 1 ball and 1 strike.
And if you're Utah Valley, you need to get back to the basics of your offense in that just get on base, find a way on, steal some bases, wreak some havoc on the paths, be aggressive, be hitting early in counts, because they started this game off in the first inning by doing that, but then they haven't been able to produce that much since that first inning.
Swartz struck out his first time and back in the second inning. Here's a check swing. Did he go? They'll appeal. Yes, he did. Meese will have to throw down to first. He'll do it in time. It's strikeout number 6 for Austin Glaze tonight. 1 up, 1 down here in the fifth.
Yeah, that's a great start for Glaze. Obviously had some struggles early letting the first 2 runners on in the fourth, but able to get back in the fifth, have a good start, get the first strikeout, let his defense play a little bit, and now deal with the dangerous Daniel Dickinson with 1 out.
Dickinson tonight officially 0 for 1. He was hit by a pitch. He scored in the first. Glaze's last 2 outings have both made their way into the 5th inning, but Rick McCarty has gone to the bullpen in the 5th. He went 4 1/3 versus UT Arlington. He went 4 2/3 last weekend versus Sacramento State. Here's a ball lifted fairly deep. Greer in right field, though, is underneath it. A few steps shy of the warning track. He'll make the catch. Quickly, 2 up, 2 down here in the 5th.
Yeah, and Dickinson, a great hitter, able to take it all over the field, and that was a pretty well-hit ball behind the head of Greer, but, you know, that speed in right field, able to get him back in position to make that catch. You're retired, the most dangerous hitter in this lineup.
Quickly 2 outs in the inning. There's Jaden Smith 0 for 2. First pitch swinging, fouled off right side. Austin has gone 5+ innings 3 different times this year. His first 2 starts, Northern Illinois and Penn, he went 5 innings. His 3rd start of the year at Texas A&M Corpus Christi went 6 innings. That's his longest outing of the year. 1 run, 2 hits that night, 7 strikeouts. He's 1 strike away from going 5 complete tonight.
Yeah, working really fast here, trying to keep the momentum up and get back in the dugout quickly. It helps keep himself fresh and full of energy, get deep into this game.
Here's the 0-2 to Smith. Stay low. Smith's been a strikeout victim twice tonight in his first 2 plate appearances. Glaze's season high of strikeouts is 7. He's got 6 tonight. Make it 7 on the curveball. Meese drops it. He'll throw down to first. It's a backwards K and a 1-2-3 inning for Austin Glaze. He's retired 5 in a row. Wildcats halfway through. They've still got the 3-2 lead. Austin Glaze has matched his season high in strikeouts with 7 through the first 5 innings. We're halfway through the ball game. We're still 3-2 on the scoreboard. ACU 3 runs, 6 hits, 1 error. Utah Valley 2 runs, 2 hits, and 2 errors committed. Braden Braver still on the mound here for the Wolverines. He came in relief in the bottom of the first. He has been nails as well. Has not given up any runs. He struck out 2 as well. He'll start with Gino Delacio. 1 for 2 tonight, a home run in the first off the starter. This one hit, backside pick, Halverson, underhand toss. 1-3, or check that, 3-1 on the putout. What a great play over there at first base, Callan Halverson.
Yeah, Halverson got a great read off the bat, able to make that diving backhanded pick, and then give a good throw to his pitcher moving towards the bag. Robs Delacio of a hit there, and an excellent play to start the inning.
This is some great defense by Utah Valley tonight. Bach in center made a diving catch. Now the backhanded pick there by Dickinson. Or by Halverson, over at first. Quickly 1 out. First pitch, Garrett Williams. Williams tonight's been a tough out. 2 for 2. 2 singles. He's stolen 2 bases. He scored a run. Grunt from Braver and the fastball for a strike. Still 93 on the gun.
Yeah, it kind of sounds like he's getting tired, but not really showing it there. Still pounding the strike zone with a lot of velo.
Just went over 50 of his pitch count. He's a guy, again, this is playing out how we anticipated. Hennessy, his 11th start of the year, has not gone more than an inning. Braver is the first reliever, and he goes deep. Long relief. There's a shallow fly ball into center field just in front of the ACU logo. And Bach will make the catch. Quickly 2 outs in the inning. So it's playing true to form. Braver, if you look at his numbers, he's gone 6+ innings 3 different times this year. His longest outing, 7 innings versus Portland. But he went 6 innings versus Sacramento State. He went 6 innings versus Stephen F. Austin. So this is playing out to the script that head coach Eddie Smith wanted to see play out tonight.
Yeah, obviously the one piece in that script that didn't go his way was that rough first inning.
Yep.
You know, it only leaves you to wonder, had Braver started this game, what would it look like versus what it does right now?
First pitch, DJ Van Atten is a strike. DJ's 0 for 2 tonight, a strikeout, and reached on a fielder's choice. He'll lift this one into left field. That'll fall in front of the left fielder, Smith. It's a 2-out single for DJ. Hit number 7 for the Wildcats tonight.
And that's going to be about as long of a single as you can have here in the crutch. That ball almost to the warning track, but hit with some pretty good force behind it. And they were able to keep that to a single.
And Smith playing deep and left, able to cut it off before it gets to the alley. 2-out base runner for the Wildcats. Maddox Meese 0 for 1, a walk and fly out. The artificial lights have come on here at the ballpark. We still play with sunlight, but the light standards have been fired up as well. First pitch to Maddox is in for a strike. But just an absolute gorgeous night here in Abilene. There's a pitch, high chopper, third base side. Broussard has it cleanly. Throw across the diamond is in time. 2-out single does no damage. It's a pitcher's duel in Abilene. Who would have thought? 3-2 Wildcats after 5. Top of the sixth, 3-2 Wildcat lead. Austin Glaze, the starter, did his job. Rick McCarty will go to the bullpen. And the right-hander, Brett Garcia, takes over here for the Wildcats.
Yeah, Garcia coming into this outing with a 1.98 ERA. 0 for 2, but not a big win-loss guy from the bullpen. 13 and 2/3 pitched, 8 hits, 4 runs, 3 of which earned, 6 walks to 23 strikeouts, and an alarming 116 opponent batting average. He's been great, especially in this kind of middle inning set-up role, and has allowed ACU to transfer from the starters to the deep bullpen very, very well.
He makes his 9th start, the grad transfer from Baylor. WAC pitcher of the week a few weeks ago, what he's done in relief. We'll start with Bert Camper, a 2-run home run back in the first. It's a curveball high and tight. Utah Valley, 2 runs, 2 hits, all of that in the first inning. Camper had the 2-run shot, scored Dickinson in front of it. We thought it was setting the stage for what would be an offensive night, but here we are in the 6th and 3-2. The fastball skips in.
Yeah,
Full count.
ACU, you know, they can't play that aggressive. I mean, they can play the aggressive game, but not with Utah. They hit a lot of home runs, leading the WAC in a lot of offensive categories. So it was pretty alarming in the first inning to see ACU have to battle back and maybe start to play Utah Valley's tempo through this series.
Here's the payoff pitch, and it catches the inside corner for strike 3. Camper did not agree. Had tossed the bat thinking it was ball 4, and he is rung up. And Garcia starts tonight with a strikeout.
Yeah, that's his 24th of the year. But ACU, since that first inning, has not even allowed a hit. Really setting the tone here of like, hey, you came out really hot, Utah Valley, but we're going to keep it quiet now, and we're going to carry our game into this series.
First pitch, Callan Halverson, a strike. Halverson has the last Wolverine hit, a single back in the first. So Wolverine offense that averages 7.5 runs a game. They've scored double-digit runs a lot as of late. Twice versus Stephen F. Austin. Twice last weekend versus Bushnell. Put up 15 on Monday versus BYU. Check swing, did he go? No, he did not. 2-1 here to Halverson. Watched Utah Valley on Monday night versus BYU put up a 9-run 7th inning. They can score them in bunches. 2-1 foul, back 2 balls and 2 strikes.
Yeah, Brett Garcia has been very efficient this year and also just aggressive. Able to pitch with good velo, good off-speed stuff that moves quite a bit, and just attack hitters in very different ways and be dominant in his relief role.
There's an off-speed pitch, swung on and missed. Back-to-back strikeouts to start Garcia's night. 2 down here in the 6th. We can close the book on the starter, Austin Glaze. 5 innings of work tonight, 2 runs, both earned on the 2 hits. 7 strikeouts, 1 walk. Did hit 2 batters, 83 total pitches.
Yeah, he certainly did his job in setting the stage for this series as ACU looks to win the first game, which has been a pretty rare commodity for them despite winning series in the WAC so far.
The Wildcats at 6-3 have dropped game 1 of all 3 series that they've played. Tarleton, UT Arlington, and Sacramento State, but they've bounced back to win games 2 and 3. Utah Valley, a 3-game sweep of Stephen F. Austin. Dropped 2 of 3 at Sacramento State to open up WAC play. Here's the 0-2 to Bach. Outside, 1 ball, 2 strikes. Bach tonight 0 for 2. He did reach on an error in the 4th. Was stranded on the base pass. Wolverines have stranded just 3 base runners tonight.
Yeah, what Bach has lacked at the plate tonight, he's made up for in the field.
There's a 1-2, swung on and missed. Brett Garcia strikes out the side in order in his first inning of relief. 5.5 complete in Abilene. We're still at 3-2 on the scoreboard. 3-2 bottom of the 6th inning. A pitcher's duel is broken out here at Crutcher Scott in Abilene. Game 1 of this 3-game series this weekend in WAC play. Utah Valley and ACU. Wildcats have the 3-2 lead. All 5 of our runs scored in the first inning tonight. Utah Valley with 2 in the first. ACU responded with 3 in the bottom of the first.
Yeah, you mentioned all those runs scored in the first. It almost feels like the next team to score here is going to have a lot of the momentum and leverage.
ACU will try bottom of the 6th. Here's a chopper, Bobby Surface. Over to the left side of the infield. They've been really good tonight. Broussard another play, 5-3, 1 up, 1 down. And give credit here to Braden Bravere, who came in again in relief here for the Wolverines. 2 outs bottom of the first. He has been just absolute nails tonight. Now 4 2/3 innings of work. He's scattered 4 hits, but has not given up any runs. 1 up, 1 down. Here's Benjamin Greer, 0 for 2 tonight. Low for a ball.
Yeah, and despite the 1 out, Greer looking to be the leadoff here. Get on base, maybe steal one, use that speed of his, and get a run across here for the Wildcats.
That's 2 balls and no strikes. Greer, the senior of Pearland, Texas. Transfer from San Jacinto Junior College. He's been a versatile player. He's been in right field here tonight, but he can play a variety of positions. Take a strike here. Check that, 2 balls and 1 strike.
Yeah, this is a very flexible, very well-rounded Rick McCarty team, and especially this lineup. Not only can they, attack you 1 through 9, but he's got a handful of guys that he can kind of play in a platoon style that he can have the same 9 guys, but playing, in 3-4 different defensive arrangements.
Here's a 2-2. This one put into center field fairly shallow. It will fall in front of Bach. And Greer has his first hit tonight. 8th hit as a team for the Wildcats. They've got another base runner. That's where Bravere has been successful tonight. He's scattered the hits through the innings. The Wildcats just have not been able to put an inning together that's manufactured runs, but good swing, good cut there by Greer.
Yeah, and that'll bring up Reese Borjo, who had a double in his last at-bat, looking to continue that momentum, keep seeing the ball here, get something going in the bottom of the 6th for the Wildcats.
First pitch here, high chopper, first base side, right on the bag, but foul as Halverson makes the play. But ball was on the right side of the first base line, foul ball. It's a break here for the Wildcats as Borjo gets a swing again.
Yeah, lucky for Borjo, first baseman had stepped across the line. Had he kept his feet that way and that ball in air, I believe that would go as an out.
Borjo, as you mentioned, the double, 1 for 2 tonight. Greer on the run. Throw down is high. Greer slides underneath it.
Yeah, utilizing that speed we mentioned earlier. Now in scoring position with 1 out, And now the Wildcats with the top of the order up after Borjo, going to look to add here to their 1-run lead.
4 stolen base tonight for the Wildcats as a team. Greer has his first. The shift is still on here for Borjo. You can see Schwartz, the shortstop, plays right behind the second base bag. The ball on the inside, 2 balls and 1 strike. 7 of the 9 Wildcats have hits tonight. 8 as a team, but 7 have hits. Garrett Williams, the only multiple hit game thus far. Toss back and Greer back in.
If you're Reese Borjo here, you got to maybe consider the option, push a bunt down the third baseline, make the third baseman decide between getting the ball or staying at third. Kind of put him in a pickle there because obviously shortstop is far off behind second base. Either squeeze a single out of it or move Greer to third base.
2-1. Off speed for a strike. 2 balls and 2 strikes.
And that option kind of goes away here now with 2 strikes. Borjo just looking for a hit here, getting an RBI.
Just put a ball in play behind Greer, allowing him to go second to third. There's a toss back to second. Greer back in.
Yeah, it's a great move. Keeping Greer on his toes out there.
2 balls, 2 strikes to the freshman center fielder. That's ball out. It's full count. Top of the lineup on deck, Zant Payne.
And a knocker walk situation here for Borho.
Greer at second, the 1-out single and a stolen base. Payoff pitch. Lifted right field, right at Jordan. Had it played perfectly. He'll make the catch. Tagging but not going is Greer. And Borho flies out for the 2nd out of the inning. And put it on the top of the lineup. Here comes Zant Payne. Payne tonight 0 for 2, 2 strikeouts. He did reach on an error. He stole a base in the 2nd. Officially 0 for 2. Braver's first offering. Fastball, boy, still hitting 93 on the gun. Impressive velocity.
Yeah, not only with the number, but with the endurance.
Yeah.
Obviously, late in this game, he's been pitching quite a while, but still running up that.
That one will miss low. 5 full innings of relief now. 2 outs deep in this bottom of the 5th. It's the 1-1. Backdoor curve for a strike. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
Yeah, that's a great pitch to able to get into a pitcher's friendly count here, 1-2, and make Payne very aware of that outer edge. Would be surprised if he goes back to it here.
1-2. Fastball. Gets away from the catcher. It catches the umpire as well. Gets away from Camper far enough for Greer to advance. 2nd to 3rd. It'll be a wild pitch. When I think that one caught the hand coming through. It went through the 5-hole of Camper, and I think it caught the hand of home plate umpire Clayton Ham. Greer able to advance on the wild pitch. He's 90 feet away.
Yeah, and they'll take their time resetting here, allowing the umpire to kind of shake that one off, make sure he's all right.
2s across the board. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. 2-2. Lifted right left side. Long run for the left side. It's in foul territory. And Smith can't get there. We'll do 2-2 again. Payne with just 10 RBIs on the year, of course, in the leadoff spot. Sometimes difficult to drive runs in, but has a chance here. Greer at 3rd with 2 outs. Braver trying to get the Wolverines back to the dugout. The kick, the 2-2. Off speed outside, full count.
Yeah, tried to go back to that backdoor curveball that he threw for that 2nd strike, but just missed outside there.
Payoff pitch. Foul back, we'll do it again. I tell you, Roman, this feels like a kind of a critical, tense moment in this ball game, bottom of the 6th. Offense has just been at a premium tonight. It's been hard to manufacture runs.
Yeah, like we said at the top of the inning, it feels like that next run is going to be a really big one here, whether it's a tying run from Utah Valley or one to extend a lead for ACU.
Here's a 3-2, hit down the first baseline, just foul. We'll do 3-2 again.
The ACU fans don't sound too happy with that call, but I believe it was the right one. Looked like it hit just on the right side of that line in right field.
Get another look at it. Tough angle here, but just skips. Yep, to the right. Good look there, ACU TV crew. Do 3-2 for the 3rd time. Bottom of the 6th, 2 outs. Wildcats a 3-2 lead. Greer at 3rd. Braver the kick, the 3-2. That's low for ball 4. The inning continues.
Yeah, that's a great job from Zant Payne. Able to battle back, and the count was down 1-2. Fouled off a few pitches, took a few for balls, kept a spoil, and then got the walk. So now they've got runners on the corners with 2 outs for Miller Ladisaw, the grad student who has a lot of experience, is good in big moments like this because he's been here before. He's calm, cool, collected at the dish, looking to get another RBI here.
He's hit it hard all 3 times. The first time over the left center field wall, a solo home run. Lined out to center. Nate Bach a diving catch. He's also flown out to left. He'll hit this one back up the middle. Long run for the shortstop Swartz, but he'll make the play, throw over in time, and the side is retired. Braden Bravere, 5 1/3 innings of scoreless relief. He strands 2 more runners. 3-2 Wildcats at the end of 6. Well, we've seen a lot of zeros on the scoreboard tonight. Maybe a little appetizer, what we're going to see all weekend long, Roman.
Yeah, definitely. ACU has some really strong pitching behind Austin Glaze with Ian Campo and Brett Landman. Landman, lefty with 4-1 on the year. Campo, 4-1 on the year. Also, well, there's only 4 pitchers in the WAC with 4 or more wins, and ACU has 2 of them. So they're going to look to add on to this pitching success here tonight. Landman winning WAC Pitcher of the Year after a great start against Sacramento State.
We'll see him on Sunday. We'll see Campa tomorrow. Here's Garcia still on the mound. He'll get a ground ball over to third base. Delacio has it cleanly. And Garrett Broussard is eliminated 5-3 on the base pass.
Well, this is the way that ACU wanted to play this series, as we see another shot of that ground ball to the third baseman. ACU wanted to play at their tempo. They wanted to play the pitching game, play good defense, because Utah Valley will hit the cover off the baseball. They're an excellent scoring team, averaging over 7.5 runs a game. Great start here this series for ACU.
Garcia 4 up, 4 down thus far in relief. He struck out the side in the 6th. Gets Broussard on the ground out. Here's Luke Iverson 0 for 2 tonight. Ground out and a strikeout. Speed pitch for a strike quickly, 0-2. The crazy thing to me, Roman, is, Utah Valley only has 2 hits. Both came in the first inning. But they're 1 pitch away from tying this baseball game up. That's how dangerous this lineup feels. It's just, you just have to be careful. Brett Garcia and company, this pitching staff, you can't take a batter off or miss a pitch, something like that, because you're 1 swing away from this ball game being tied.
Yeah, and that's just the beauty of baseball. I mean,
no
it
doubt.
takes 1 pitch for the batter to win a pitch, or a pitcher to just lose 1, miss a spot a little bit, and you got a whole new ball game on your hands.
Can't run out the clock in baseball. Got to get all 27 outs. Iverson back in. Here's the Garcia 0-2. Stayed low. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
He loves that curveball and just missed there. Trying to get him to swing in the dirt there.
Into the wind again. The kick, the 1-2. There's the curveball again. It's swung on and missed again.
That's certainly his bread and butter pitch. He's been lethal with it tonight in his 5 outs, 4 of which have been strikeouts.
His 4th K tonight, 11 as a staff. Blaze had 7. Garcia now with 4.
And that's just a really frustrating pitch as a batter that goes belt to knees in what feels like 4 inches. Excellent pitch from Brett Garcia.
It's 10 Wolverines in a row that have been retired. First offering, Cole Jordan. Jordan hit into a double play to end the 4th. Last time the Wolverines had a base runner was in the 4th. Bach reached on an error. Broussard was hit by a pitch. 1st and 2nd, nobody out. And Austin Glaze got a backward strikeout and then a double play ball to get out of the 4th.
Yeah, the ACU pitching has been the lifeblood of this team so far tonight, and even through the season, they've been very, very good.
There's the 1-1. This one lifted out of play. 1 ball and 2 strikes.
Garcia in another pitcher's count here, looking for his 5th strikeout in 2 innings.
Stay up. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Garcia the wind. The 2-2. Check swing. It'll flare up over the head of Williams and into right field. They might be from Utah, but that's what you call a Texas leaguer. It's a 2-out single for Cole Jordan.
Yeah, that's just a great piece of hitting, staying with the ball. He not the most good-looking swing there, but if it gets out there, it works.
The first hit since the 1st inning for the Wolverines. But the inning continues, and again, it just takes 1 swing to tie it, or now give the Wolverines the lead. Matthew Swartz 0 for 2. He struck out twice. Garcia out of the stretch for the first time, and a throw over.
Yeah, and you see Garcia take that look over, but he's doesn't really need to worry about that. He's got 2 outs. He's been dominant. Just focus on what's in front of him. Get this 3rd out and move into the bottom of the 7th.
See how aggressive Coach Smith is here on the base pass. Ball club that leads the WAC in stolen bases. There's a pitch swung on and missed. Wolverines with 35 swipes this year on the base pass to lead the WAC. I'd say a hit and run here. Just try to get something in the gap that can tie the ball game with 1 swing.
Yeah, obviously their first hit since the 1st inning, but they just got to start generating some offense like you mentioned, whether it's a hit and run, maybe a fake steal, try to get the catcher to drop the ball, do something here. Got to get it going if they're going to get back in this game.
Garcia set. Curveball. Stays up. 1 ball and 1 strike. Mentioned Ian Campo will be on the mound for ACU tomorrow. Ethan Folks is scheduled to get the start for Utah Valley. Good stop. Meese behind the plate. 2 balls and 1 strike.
Yeah, we mentioned generating that offense. There's also got to be a starting, at least a quiet sense of urgency from Utah Valley. They're only 2-8 after trailing in the 7th inning, versus ACU is 13-0 when they take a lead through the 7th. So if some offense is going to happen for Utah Valley, it needs to happen soon.
2-1, and it misses. Fastball stays out. 3 balls and 1 strike. Infield plays it normal depth and deep all the way around. Van Atten holds on over at first. Nice lead for Jordan, the 2-out single. Hitters count at 3-1. And a throw over to first.
And Garcia hasn't seemed to be as accurate from the stretch as he was in the wind with the runner on first base.
Kick the 3-1. Fastball up for ball 4.
Well, what went from a very dominant relief outing has now gotten a little bit fuzzy for Brett Garcia. Runners on first and second. Still 2 outs. He's got to play at any base. Just needs to get in there and throw strikes. Let his defense work. Or go back to that strikeout game that was super strong in the 6th, excuse me. He's got to find this 3rd out here in a difficult one in Daniel.
Yeah, Daniel Dickinson, top of the lineup. Rick McCarty will come out of the dugout. He must have talked to Garcia in the infield. This might be an opportunity to get the bullpen loose. Looks like some activity starting up down that right field line in the Wildcat bullpen. And ACU came in the 3rd place spot in the WAC. The Wildcats and UT Arlington both at 6-3. Grand Canyon at 7-2. California Baptist at 5-1 in that 1st place spot. Utah Valley at 4-2. Come in the 5th place spot. It's a big weekend for ACU. They play this series this weekend. A midweek at University of Texas on Tuesday, and then make their way to Stephen F. Austin. Boy, SFA just really struggling as of now. So a chance to get on the top side here this weekend with a good outing, and then catch SFA, a team that's struggling, and before you know it, you're halfway through conference play, and if the next 2 weeks can go well, Wildcats will be in pretty good position.
Yeah, and behind this pitching they've seen, there's no reason to question that will be the reality that they're in.
Dickinson 0 for 2 tonight. He was hit by a pitch and scored in the 1st. He's flown out twice. Mesia stopped behind the dish on a ball outside, and it's 1-0. It's righty-righty matchup. Garcia set. The 1-0. Off speed for a strike. We're going to see heavy right-handed pitching, I think, with this Utah Valley lineup. 8 of the 9 bat from the right side.
Big fish for the Wildcats. There isn't a shortage in right-handed pitching, so they're going to be set up for success as we go into the weekend.
It's the activity down in the bullpen, too. Garcia will chase runners back to their bases.
Looks like that's Cade McGarr up in the bullpen. Had a great outing against Baylor a couple weeks ago as they were able to knock off the Big 12 opponent there. Get a big win against a Power 5 school. Been a trademark of ACU in the recent years.
There's the 1-1. Another off-speed pitch for a strike. It's 1-2. ACU, a heavy Big 12 schedule this year. Of course, travel dictates that a lot. So an opportunity to play TCU, Texas Tech, Baylor. They'll be in Austin to play Texas. Of course, Utah Valley just played Big 12 BYU earlier this week, got the win. Speaks highly for the WAC. Here's the 1-2. Off-speed pitch, fouled, 3rd base side. We'll do 1-2 again. Went back to the curveball, and Dickinson fought it off.
And like you mentioned, it speaks very highly of the WAC that they're able to go not only say, like, yeah, we want to play those Big 12 games, but at least be very competitive, if not win those games. ACU's been very successful in them. Utah Valley got the big win over BYU. The WAC not a very big conference, but certainly a talented one, and one that just plays baseball very, very well.
Jordan at second, Schwartz at first. 1-2 count here to Dickinson. Here's the 1-2. High chopper, but foul again, 3rd base side. We'll do it again. The cool thing for ACU is those teams in the Big 12 are very receptive about coming to Abilene as well. Texas Tech will be here later this year. TCU, Baylor came last year. Of course, an opportunity to play Oklahoma State in Globe Life Park in Arlington, home of the Texas Rangers. That was earlier this year. There's the 1-2. Fastball misses, 2-2.
Now what you can only assume is the last batter for Brett Garcia is not going to go down easy. Obviously the leader in this team, one of their best hitters, one of the best hitters in the WAC, preseason WAC Player of the Year. Going to give him a fight here and make him earn his earn his time as he closes his outing tonight.
2 balls, 2 strikes. The 2-2. Fouled back. Great at bat. We'll do 2-2 again. (3-2) top of the 7th. All 5 runs scored in the first inning tonight. It's the first real threat for the Wolverines since the 4th inning. The 2-2. Just misses. Boy, Garcia thought he had it. Took those first 2 steps to the dugout like it was strike 3.
Yeah, that's a great front door curveball. Not really a hittable pitch from Dickinson's side of things, but definitely got close to that inside edge. A good frame from Misi, just didn't get the call.
Chance for the runners to get on the move. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs.
And
Garcia will chase Jordan back to the bag.
yeah, it's a smart pick there. You never know how your runners are feeling. Maybe they're forgetting, hey, I got to watch him get into his delivery before I can take off.
Long look in, now set. Payoff pitch. We'll do it again at 3-2.
And a great battle here from the 1, and you know, arguably the 1 player in the bullpen. The first guy off the bench, their best guy, a guy they know can get them from the starter to deeper in the bullpen, like Garcia has, given them 2 quality innings so far. Just hoping to close out this 7th.
3-2, second time we'll see it in the at-bat. Garcia set, the 3-2. Outside for ball 4. And it's back-to-back walks. The bases are loaded for the Wolverines, top of the 7th. Jordan at third, Swartz now at second. Dickinson is on down at first. Second time he's been on the base pass. And put it in the hands of the second best batting average in the WAC, Jaden Smith. 400 the average to start the weekend. And here comes Rick McCarty. And we might have that pitching change, Roman, that you were alluding to.
Yeah, with Smith at the plate, he's got the highest batting average on this team, but shockingly the only bat in this starting lineup with only 9 RBIs. Everyone else in the double digits. Smith in this at bat, which looks like it'll be against Cade McGarr, gonna look for his 10th RBI.
There is the call to the bullpen. We'll tell you about McGarr. He'll come in a pressure situation. 2 outs, bases loaded, top of the 7th. It's a good one here in Abilene tonight. Bases loaded, 2 outs. Rick McCarty has gone to the bullpen once again, Roman. He's pulled Cade McGarr to come in and try to close the door.
Yeah, and in 8 appearances, he's got a 2-1 record with a 1.23 ERA, leading the Wildcats. 16 strikeouts, 4 walks, 9 hits, only 2 runs given up in 14 2/3 innings. Gonna look for a solid third of an inning here.
He'll start off Jaden Smith with an off-speed pitch, a curveball at 76. Bases loaded. It's Jordan at third, Schwartz at second, Dickinson at first. All with 2 outs, a 2-out single and back-to-back walks. 0-1 almost hit Smith. 1 ball, 1 strike. It's been a tough night for Smith at the plate. 0 for 3, 3 strikeouts. The team leader, though, in batting average at 400.
And ACU looking to take advantage of another right-on-right matchup.
1-1. Fastball misses, 2-1. McGar's last outing, 2 innings. It was on Sunday in that shutout win. Brett Landman went the first 7. McGar shut the door in the last 2. No runs, no hits, 2 strikeouts in those 2 innings. A 2-0 Wildcat win, their second shutout of the year. 2-1 the count here to Smith. 2-1, fouled at the plate. 2 balls and 2 strikes.
Yeah, Smith swinging for it all on that one there. High fastball. Eyes light up a little bit. Try to take that one as far as you can. Fortunately for McGar, blew it past him.
Umpire will shake off the plate there. I think that ball fouled right back into the mask of Maddox Macy. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. A 3-2 Wildcat lead. Bottom of the 7th. Here's the 2-2. Stays inside, full count. Runners again a chance to get on the move. Or do you just challenge here with fastball?
Yeah, I think it definitely goes either way, which also benefits the pitcher in that the batter doesn't really know what they're going. Or obviously it's a risk to miss with the off speed.
Payoff pitch, lifted deep left field. Ladisaw at the wall, gives a leap. He can't get it. It's a grand slam, Jaden Smith. And just like that, the Wolverines have taken the lead. It's 6-3 Utah Valley here in the top of the 7th. For Smith, it's home run number 2, but RBIs 10, 11, 12, and 13. How quickly a game can turn. Utah Valley a 3-run lead.
Yeah, we've been looking and asking for that offense since the first inning. And fortunately for Utah Valley, it came all at once, as they will now have a 6-3 lead here in the top of the 7th.
Challenge with the fastball, and Smith was sitting on fastball and drove it out of here in left field. About 380 feet. All of the damage with 2 outs here in the top of the 7th. Jordan a single, back-to-back walks, and Jaden Smith the grand slam. And now Bert Camper has the other home run tonight. The first 3 of those runs will be credited to Brett Garcia. We'll close the line on Brett here in just a moment. It's time called at the plate. And we talked about it, Roman, how quickly this Utah Valley offense can erupt.
Yeah, that's the benefit of having an explosive offense based on the long ball like they have. The one con is that you can go long stretches without much of it.
ACU pitching had retired 10 in a row leading up to this 4-batter barrage that have all scored. Camper the 2-run home run in the first. The lone 2 runs for Utah Valley until this 7th inning. Here's the 0-2. This is on the outside. McGar the 1-2. This one lifted deep left field. Ladisaw a long run. He'll stop at the track. He'll watch it leave the yard. It's the 2nd home run tonight for Bert Camper. Or check that. Was that a ground roll double in the corner?
Looked like it hit off of the bottom of the wall. Stayed in bounds. Stay in play.
In play. My apologies. From my vantage point, I thought it was gone. Ladisall gave up on it. Here's another good look at it. Oh, yeah, hit the bottom of the wall. My apologies. I thought that was gone. Nonetheless, a 2-run double, and the inning continues. Here's Halverson. First pitch, high chopper, third base side. Delacio has it cleanly. He'll throw over in time, and the side is retired. But the damage is done. A Jaden Smith grand slam in the inning. Utah Valley with 4 on the board. They've now got a 6-3 lead. Stretch time in Abilene. Bottom of the 7th, Gino Delacio hits it out to right. Colton Jordan is there to make the catch. 1 pitch, 1 out here in the bottom of the 7th. Roman had turned in a hurry, and give Utah Valley credit. They just kept doing what they do, and that's battling. Able to get the big hit there in the top of the 7th.
Yeah, and that's the pro and the con of that dynamic offense is that you can go really long times without scoring much or doing much offensively. But then when it comes back, there's a good chance that it comes back in a large number like it just did for Jaden Smith.
Braden Bravere still on the mound for Utah Valley. Came in relief in the first inning. He's still in here in the 7th. 83 pitches to start the inning. Already 1 out now here in the 7th. Garrett Williams at the plate. Williams today 2 for 3. He's the lone Wildcat with multiple hits tonight.
Yeah, and Bravere's been in for a while, but the Wildcats have been unable to kind of crack him and figure out what it takes to get some runs off of him. They've had runners on. They've gotten some hits strung together, just not enough to get a run across the plate.
Fouled back. Utah Valley 6 runs, 5 hits, 2 errors. ACU 3 runs, 8 hits, 1 error. Wildcats have stranded a runner in all 6 of their innings thus far. They've had runners on the base pass, just have not been able to get all the way around.
Yeah, not playing the way that Rick McCarty wants to play and playing that small ball, stringing hits together, getting walks, stealing bases. They haven't been able to do that since that first inning, and it's shown.
And skips it. It's full count to Garrett Williams. Roman, I don't see any activity even down in the Utah Valley bullpen right now.
Well, they're confident in their guy. They've got no reason not to be. Came in the first in a jam. and has been dominant since.
Payoff pitch. Williams will sky this one out into left field. Smith is underneath it. And quickly 2 outs here in the bottom of the 7th. Update, that's 6 full innings now of relief. No runs, 5 hits. Braden Braver.
That came in this after the struggle of Hennessy in the first with that backwards close that kind of opened from the 1-inning guy. And it's been great.
DJ Van Atten been on twice tonight. Officially 1 for 3. He struck out, reached on a fielder's choice. He singled his last time up. 7 of the 9 Wildcats with hits tonight. Ball in, 1 strike. Boy, it is like eerily still tonight. We started with the wind blowing, and now it's just like the air feels heavy. Humid night here in the ballpark.
An intense game, too. Setting fits the atmosphere.
Ball and 2 strike. Good crowd on hand tonight, but just absolutely perfect weather. We started at 77 degrees. It's a little chilly. We'll see a few jackets out in the stands tonight. There's a 1-2, hit the opposite way. Backhanded pick over at first. Halverson will throw it over. Braver covering. It's a 1-2-3 inning. 7 in the books here in Abilene. Utah Valley, they've got the 6-3 lead. Top of the 8th, Utah Valley, the 6-3 lead on a 2-out rally in the 7th. They put 4 on the board. They've got the 6-3 lead. Bach, Broussard, and Iverson scheduled to face Cade McGarr, who came in relief. And he'll start this 8th inning. First pitch to Bach is in for a strike. He's 0 for 3 tonight. He struck out twice.
Yeah, McGarr looking to have a quick and easy inning here.
Fastball hit up the middle and past the diving Williams into center field. It's a leadoff single. Bach has his first hit.
Yeah, that's just a great piece, keeping the hands, firing the hands through, putting the barrel on the ball, lining a single up the center.
We can close the line on Brett Garcia, the first reliever tonight for the Wildcats. He goes an inning and 2/3. 3 runs, all earned on just 1 hit, but 2 free passes came around to score. 4 strikeouts to 2 walks. 43 pitches on the night. He loaded the bases. McGarr came in relief. And Jaden Smith, the grand slam that scored all the runs. Garcia currently the pitcher of record for the Wildcats. Need some offensive help. Garrett Broussard 0 for 2 tonight. He's been hit by a pitch. This one roped down the left field line, and it will just go foul.
Yeah, that's a great piece. Fortunately, flies foul for the Wildcats. Cade McGar giving up that 1 run. It may feel like more than that, especially considering it came from the Grand Slam, but only 1 run charged to him. Like you mentioned, those other 3 to Brett Garcia.
And to recap that top of the 7th, Cole Jordan, a check swing, 2-out Texas League single into right field. Matthew Swartz walked, Daniel Dickinson walked, and with the bases loaded, and Cade McGar came in relief. Jaden Smith on a full count took a McGar fastball over the left field wall. Totally flipped the script on what was a 3-2 game all the way from the first inning to now a Utah Valley 6-3 lead here in the top of the 8th. And how about Braden Bravere on the mound? 6 1/3 innings of work in relief. He came in the bottom of the first with 2 outs. He's gone 6 1/3, no runs, 5 hits. Just 2 strikeouts, but he scattered those 5 hits. Stranded all the base runners. Here's the 0-2. This one lifted high in the air. Foul territory, third base side. Delacio right at the wall. Over the wall will make the catch. Nice play, Gino Delacio in foul territory. First out of the top of the 8th.
Yeah, and that's a big out. Able to get that 1 without moving the runner from first base. Still has the double play intact.
See Delacio hanging over the wall just past the dugout. Able to extend the glove and make the catch. Pinch hitter here as Joe McBride will bat. McBride will bat for Iverson. Iverson, the designated hitter. McBride will pinch hit here in the 8th.
Hitting 600 on the year, only in 5 at-bats. He scored 4 times on 3 hits, a double, a home run. Slugging 1.400. Limited exposure, but been successful in those few at-bats.
A sophomore out of Murray, Utah. Gar starts him off with an off-speed pitch for a strike. Iverson's night ended 0 for 3, 2 strikeouts and a ground out. In game 2 tomorrow is 6:05 Central Time, first pitch tomorrow night. It's an afternoon start on Saturday. The 0-2, that's outside. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Garcetti checks Bach at first. The 1-2. Off the end of the bat. Meese can't make the play. Everybody's safe. Just a cue shot out in front of home plate. Meese tried to barehand it, could not do it.
Yeah, it's a tough play for the catchers. We see it here. Tried to make that sliding grab and pop up to throw to first. Just missed with the grab. And runners will be safe.
That's given an infield single, so McBride does his job as the pinch hitter. 2 on with 1 out. Here's Cole Jordan, started the 2-out rally in the last inning. Our pitch outside for a ball. Kick, 1-0, popped up, middle of the infield. Infield fly roll is in effect. Williams is up underneath it. He'll make the catch anyway. There at second base. Infield fly rule was in effect. Runners first and second with less than 2 outs. But Williams makes the catch for the second out of the inning.
Yeah, and a high pop-up here would have been trouble if that was some horizontal distance there, but fortunately for the Wildcats, straight up.
Two outs, here's Matthew Swartz. Walked and scored in the last inning. McGar's first offering gets back to the backstop. The runners will move up 90 feet. Bach to third. McBride now at second. Two in scoring position with two outs.
Yeah, and we mentioned McGar came into this outing with great stats, but he just hasn't been able to find it tonight. Been a little bit messy with his locations, a little bit wild, and it's led to some success for the Wolverines.
McGar asks for time, steps off. And the 1-0. It just misses. Meese tried to frame that one as long as he could. Two balls and no strikes. And the 2-0, this one hit into left field, a base hit. One run is in. Stopping at third is McBride, but Bach is in to score. It's an RBI single for Matthew Swartz. And a 7-3 Utah Valley lead here in the 8th.
Yeah, it's his 15th RBI in the season. As we take a look here, able to fire the hands through, get the barrel to the ball, rip that through the 5-6 hole, and extend this Wolverines lead here in the 8th.
That got to left field in a hurry. A little surprised they didn't try to send McBride there at the 4-run lead. Opportunity to get another run in, but went ahead and held. So runners at the corners. Here comes Rick McCarty again. And we might see our fourth Wildcat pitcher after the mound visit. Utah Valley has now evened up the hits with ACU, 8 hits apiece. 6 of the 8 have come here in the last 2 innings.
Yeah, well, went from a very pitcher-friendly starting game today. You know, ACU was going to leave most of their bullpen depth for Friday, Saturday. Has turned into a multi-pitcher outing in these late innings.
Call to the bullpen for Rick McCarty. We'll see the fourth Wildcat arm make his way from the bullpen and to the mound. 7-3 our score, 2 outs in the top of the 8th. We'll tell you about the new Wildcat pitcher when we come back. Whack baseball in Abilene on a Thursday night. Call to the bullpen for Rick McCarty and the Wildcats. We'll see the fourth right-hander tonight for ACU in this Utah Valley dominant right-handed batting lineup. Rick McCarty will stay with Blaine Palmer, the right-hander, the sophomore for ACU.
Yeah, this year's 1-0, 7 2/3 innings pitched, 3.52 ERA, 7 strikeouts, 7 walks. Not the most ideal strikeout to walk ratio, but looking to get a couple quick outs here for the Wildcats. Closing this game out, hoping to get back into it and avoid dropping their first game of a series for the 4th time in WAC play.
Palmer's a short reliever, but he's been good this year as he makes his 8th appearance on the year. His last 5 outings have all been scoreless. He's not given up a run in each of his last 5. He'll start with runners on the corners, 2 outs in the top of the 8th. First pitch, a line drive right back into his glove that he fields. Underhand toss. And Dickinson is retired. Nice play on the mound, 1-3 to put out. One more run for the Wolverines. They've extended their lead to 4. We'll go to the bottom of the 8th here in Abilene. Let's bring the Brett Bravere show tonight for Utah Valley. The reliever who comes in the bottom of the 1st is still on the mound here in the bottom of the 8th. He's got a 7-3 lead as he'll start off with Maddox Meesey here in the 8th. Meesey, Surface, and Greer scheduled to bat here for the Wildcat. Glad you're with us tonight. Andy Penny alongside Roman Raffelli. Game 1 of this 3-game series here from Abilene. Utah Valley has found a way to get to their WAC leading 7.5 runs a game. Just shy of that with 7. But Bravere has really stole the show tonight.
Coming in for Hennessy with only 2 outs in the 1st inning. But here he finds himself in the bottom of the 8th. Pretty remarkable performance. Again, like you mentioned.
Well, this is the script for head coach Eddie Smith. Hennessy goes the 1st inning. He made his 11th start of the year, but only goes an inning. He could not even get out of the 1st tonight before Smith makes the call to the bullpen. Bravere comes in. A 2-2 ball game. Bobby Surface, the first batter he faces, hits an RBI single. The run credited to Hennessy. ACU led 3-2 in the 1st. We stayed that way until the 7th. Zeros all the way across the scoreboard for the Wildcat offense, all the way from the 1st inning until now. And Bravere here on this at-bat will hit the century mark in number of pitches. He started the inning with 94. So he is closing in on pitch number 100. There's the 2-2. That's high and tight. Full count to Maddox Meesey.
Yeah, and for ACU, it hasn't even been that they haven't been able to get hits or that they've been striking out a lot or choosing the wrong pitches to swing at. It's just that they haven't been able to string it together. And he's been so good on the mound at if he gives up a run, okay, let's go get the next guy. Let's get ahead in the count, get a ground ball, or strike him out.
And speaking of a strikeout, payoff pitch to Misi. Swings through it. He's down on strikes.
And a very, very unfortunate and just frustrating outing for the Wildcats here since that first inning.
It's only strikeout number 3 for Bravere. Just done a great job getting ground balls, fly balls, opportune times. He's scattered the 5 hits he's given up. Closing in on his longest outing of the year. He went 7 innings in relief versus Portland on March 1st. He's now at 6 2/3. Bobby Surface. 1 for 3 tonight, an RBI single in the first. ACU all 3 runs in the first inning. Back-to-back solo home runs, Miller Ladisaw and Gino Delasio. Garrett Williams then a single, stole second, stole third, scored on the RBI single by Surface. And that's been it.
Yeah, and you mentioned that is the last run that the Wildcats have had, was that first run. And Surface, the first batter that he's faced.
We were 3-2 after the first. We stayed that way until the 7th. The Jaden Smith grand slam with 2 outs in the 7th. There's a curveball swung on and missed.
And there's no sign of Bravere stopping anytime soon. Had a great inning so far, striking out the first 2 that he's faced.
Yeah, he's in the groove, and with a 4-run lead, just keep on going. Two up, 2 down. Here's Benjamin Greer. Greer singled in the 6th, stole the base, but was stranded at 3rd. Overthrew the fastball there, boy. Just a huge grunt from Bravere right now. He's now matched his longest outing of the year at 7 innings.
I think the assumption early was that they're going to their second pitcher in that first inning. They're going to have to use a lot of the bullpen tonight. But he's been so good that not only has he been dominant, but he's been effective, allowing him to get deep into this game, which means that more than likely next inning they go to their real closer and don't have to use but 3 arms to start this series and have a lot of pitching to throw at the Wildcats in games 2 and 3.
It's certainly a battle of attrition over 3-game series. Bravere's done his job more ways than one. 3-0 here to Greer. That's upstairs. The Wildcats have a 2-out base runner.
Yeah, and that's just a great job being patient from Greer. Being very aware in the moment, knowing that he's got to be getting tired. He's over 100 pitches. Wait for yours. If it's not close, don't offer. Make him come to you.
And here comes the visit from Eddie Smith. There is a right-hander warming down in the bullpen. We'll see if this is the call to the bullpen or if this is just a conversation of catch your breath. And just keep going. Ethan Folks, the start tomorrow, scheduled to start tomorrow for the Wolverines. And there is the call to the bullpen. Impressive performance tonight from Braden Bravere. His night is done. He'll leave with a 7-3 lead, 2 outs in the bottom of the 8th. We'll tell you about the new Wolverine pitcher as we step away here from Abilene. Well, the night for Braden Bravere has come to an end. The Wolverines will hand the ball to Jacob Beltran to take over 2 outs here in the bottom of the 8th.
Yeah, Beltran's been great, the true closer for this Wolverines team. 8 2/3 pitched, 8 strikeouts, 4 walks, only a 176 opponent batting average. He has given up 2 doubles and only 6 hits, 2 runs, but he's been great.
The junior out of Phoenix, transferred from South Mountain Community College. Inherits a runner over at first. It's Benjamin Greer, a 2-out walk. Can't quite close the books yet on Bravere, but the book was impressive tonight, we'll tell you that much. 7 innings of work. Here's a pitch to Borho. And this is 2 balls and no strikes. Borho tonight has the double. 1 for 3. The only extra base hit that is not a home run for ACU tonight. 2 long balls and the Borho double. Here's a ball ripped to the right side, a dive, picks Dickinson, throw to first in time. Another highlight reel defensive play, this time Daniel Dickinson. 4-3 on the putout, and the side is retired. 8 in the books in Abilene. Utah Valley, the 7-3 lead. Seven-3 Wolverines. We go to the top of the 9th inning. 7 runs, 8 hits, 2 errors for the visitors. 3 runs, 8 hits, 1 error for ACU. Jaden Smith, the loudest swing of the night, a 7th inning grand slam. He'll lead off here the 9th. Glad you're with us tonight. Andy Penny alongside Roman Raffelli.
And it's Blaine Palmer back on the mound. Got that last out in the 8th. Hard comebacker, just bounced straight into the glove. Was able to toss it over to first, get that final out.
Pitch, 1 ball, 1 strike. We can close the line now on Braden Bravere. 7 innings of relief work, 0 runs on 5 hits, 4 strikeouts, 2 walks. Had 8 flyouts, 8 groundouts, 107 pitches. But again, 0 runs given up. Scattered hits, but stranded runners, that's what you have to do. He came in with a deficit, and he leaves with a 7-3 lead. There's a 2-1, that's outside.
He was nothing short of phenomenal tonight for the Wolverines, especially after a rough start from Hennessy in that setup game that they like to play. Certainly has given the Wolverines not only a leg up in this game, but in this series, hoping to secure the first out of 3 here in Abilene.
Here's one off the handle, but hit fouled on the third baseline. That'll load it up at 3-2. And ACU is 6-3 in WAC play, but they have dropped game one of all 3 WAC series that they have played. Lost the opener in Stephenville versus Tarleton. Lost the opener to UT Arlington here in Abilene. Lost the opener last weekend at Sacramento State. Bounced back to win games 2 and 3 at each of those series. Not the ideal way to play baseball.
Definitely not.
There's payoff pitch. Lifted right side, fair territory. And Atten at first base is underneath it. He'll make the catch. It's a 1-for-5 night for Smith, but he'll get plenty of pats on the back tonight with the grand slam.
Yeah, it's a big one to have.
Yeah.
Alongside the 4 RBIs. And on the bright side for ACU, this is a position they've been in before. They know how to lose the first game, come back, win the second 2, which does, speak to their resilience and the fight within these Rick McCarty teams we've seen in the past couple years.
First pitch, Bert Camper, who's had a nice night tonight. 2 for 4, a 2-run home run in the first, a double in the 7th. See the shift on the left side. That's high and tight. It's a big day of baseball, not only in the college level, but the major league level as well. Opening day, official opening day. Of course, the Dodgers and Padres played overseas a few games last week, but today the official opening day of the major league season.
That was certainly the buzz around campus today with the Rangers, obviously.
Yeah.
Winning the World Series last year, kicking it off again this year. Seemed to only have gotten better, especially with the addition of Wyatt Langford from the University of Florida.
Yeah, he was playing on this level a year ago. Who's your team? You got a team?
Colorado Rockies, unfortunately. It's been
Unfortunately.
It's been a rough ride the last 4 or 5 years.
There's a ball lifted high into center field. Borjo a few steps over to his right. He's underneath it. He'll make the catch.
But hey, in Texas now, able to kind of hop on the Rangers train.
Yeah, okay, that's fair enough.
Support them through that World Series run.
That was fun for us Rangers fans who've been around a while. We've been waiting a long time. They broke our hearts and back in the early 2010 years, back-to-back World Series defeats. All of that erased last year. First pitch, Halverson will foul it off. My son's a huge Baltimore Orioles fan, though.
They had a good year last year.
Yeah, they had a good year. We had a little family rivalry in the playoffs. Of course, the Rangers the better of the Orioles. There's another high pop-up. Shallow outfield, paying the shortstops underneath it. It's a 1-2-3, top of the ninth. We'll go to the bottom of the ninth. Utah Valley 3 outs away, 7-3 Wolverines. 3 outs to go. Bottom of the ninth, Utah Valley pitching and defense has put up 7 straight zeros on the ACU offense. They'll need one more to win game 1 of the series. First pitch lifted fairly deep in right field, giving chase and getting underneath it. A few steps shy of the warning track is Cole Jordan. One pitch, and Zampane is retired. Thought off the bat there, Roman, that would carry a little further, but it died up in right field.
It certainly had the trajectory for it, unfortunately, just towards the hands a little bit too much, just missed the barrel. Did Mr. Payne, and that'll be quick out there.
Braden Brover in line for the win tonight after 7 innings of relief. Brett Garcia in line for the loss, unless the Wildcats can put up some runs. First pitch, Miller Ladisaw on the inside. Beltran still on the mound, the third pitcher tonight for the Wolverines. Utah Valley with 2 in the top of the first, a 2-run home run by Burke Camper. ACU followed with 3 in the bottom of the first. Solo home runs by Miller Ladisaw, Gino Delacio. An RBI single by Bobby Surface. It was 3-2 at the end of 1. We stayed that way all the way until the 7th inning. Utah Valley with 2 outs put a rally together. Cole Jordan a single, Matthew Swartz walks, Daniel Dickinson walks, Jaden Smith a 2-out grand slam in the top of the 7th, which totally changed the script of this game. Went from a 3-2 deficit to a 6-3 Wolverine lead. They added a run in the 8th as well. Matthew Swartz an RBI single that scored Nate Bach. Here's Ladisaw, a grounder up the middle. Turns that one over. Nice play by the shortstop Swartz. 6-3, and the Wildcats down to their final out.
Yeah, and a great job so far in his 3 batters face. Jacob Beltran putting them all down. 0 ERA. He's given up 2 runs, both of which unearned. And he's been their closer. He's been super consistent this season. He's been able to keep batters off balance, using both the fastballs in good spots as well as the off-speed stuff. He's got a great curveball.
There's Gino Delacio with 2 outs, bottom of the 9th. Solo home run in the first. In game 2 is tomorrow, a 6:05 Central Time Zone first pitch. Ethan Folks, Ian Kampa, the starting pitchers, at least scheduled for tomorrow. Don't be surprised if we see Chase Hennessy start game 3 again for Utah Valley. Started tonight, 2/3 of an inning, just 12 pitches. Or check that, 25 pitches, 12 of them strikes. Utah Valley has done it before. Hennessy start 2 games in the same weekend. This one lifted out of play.
Well, if they can ensure the same result as tonight, obviously not the ideal start, but the ideal result here, or at least it looks like it will be.
7 runs, 8 hits, 2 errors for Utah Valley. 3 runs, 8 hits, 1 error for ACU. 1 ball, 2 strikes with 2 outs. Beltran to Delacio. Here's the kick, and the 1-2. Stays out, 2 balls, 2 strikes. Brett Landman will start on Saturday, game 3 for ACU, the reigning WAC pitcher of the week for what he did last week. 7 innings of scoreless baseball versus Sacramento State. No runs, 2 hits. Utah Valley averages 7.5 runs a game. They got to 7 tonight. It took a while to get there, but they did. Payoff pitch to Delacio. Swung on and missed for strike 3. Wolverines have won the opener of this 3-game series. They move to 5-2 in conference play. ACU drops for the 4th time in 4 WAC series, the opener of the series.
And like we saw, pitching and defense win games tonight, and while there wasn't a lot of offense, defense was able to carry it from when there was offense to when it came back. And for tonight, that was Utah Valley. They scored in the first, scored late, and were able to take this one from the Wildcats.
7-3, our final score from Abilene tonight. We're back with you tomorrow. 6:05 Central, first pitch. For Roman Raffelli, I'm Andy Penny. Good night. Take care from Abilene, Texas.